Hello, everyone. What's up? Let me know if you can hear me. Put a one in the chat. Welcome. Happy Monday. Happy March. What's up? DJ Malika, thank you for the sub. Happy 5 months. Awesome. Awesome. Hello. Just come on in. We have office hours. Okay. Good to know, DJ Daz. No worries. DJ Bowlegs, what's good? Welcome. Sexy Love, hello. Good to see everyone. It's like we all get together on Mondays and chat. Awesome. AJV. Oh, we're going to start a hype train. We started a hype train. Thank you, lady, for the sub. Happy 7 months. Nerd Chris, thank you for the sub. Happy 7 months. And we started a hype train. We'll let this one kind of percolate, work our way through it. Come on in. Have a seat. All right. So how do I pronounce? Is this Hi Olivia Smith? I hope I said that right. Let me know. Welcome to the stream. We're excited to have Kitty Bradshaw. She's in the chat with us. We're going to talk to her a little later. Come on in, everyone. Level 1, 94%. I know, the monthly resub hype train. Come on in. This is office hours. So if you have, all right, your bay. We have Twitch bays here too. So, just so you're aware of that, Kitty. This is office hours. So we do some Q&A before we welcome our first guest in. So if you're wondering anything, if you're new to Twitch or new to Twitch University, put a 1 in the chat. And whatever questions you have, it's open season. I have a couple that were sent to me ahead of time we can answer. Hi, Olivia Smith. Thank you for the follow. All right, Bowlegs and DJ Knowledge. Awesome. Tell us, first of all, how did you find out about Twitch University? Let us know that in the chat. We'd love to know how you're finding out about us. What's up, DJ Cruz One? Greetings. Good to see everyone here. So yeah, let us know how you found us. I got a couple topics and we'll just Classics is here. What's good, DJ Classics? How we doing? Good to see you. DJ D-Man. We love D-Man here. D-Man is dope. It just showed up in the feed. Cool. Yeah, D-Man's been a guest a couple times, and thank you for those bits. I think we're to level 2 now. Awesome. We love D-Man. I'm still impressed by his breast cancer research, like his 3-day raid train that he did back in October. It was phenomenal. I mean, I haven't seen one that's done that well since, so we love D-Man. Plus, we hear he's going to be on a battle. I wonder if As Is knows when the battle is going to be, because he's going to battle... D-Man's going to battle DJ Archie really soon, so I wonder when that's going to be. DJ I-75 Mike. Awesome. Thank you, Kitty, for sharing it. Welcome to Twitch U. Every Monday we get together and we talk about Twitch. We interview and speak with people who are streaming, and we learn together. So it's open forum. This is safe space. You can put your questions in the chat. DJ Eyes, good to see you. DJ Eyes, good to see you. See if I missed anyone. Awesome. Good. DJ Daja, good to see you. Welcome back. That's a nice bike. I love that name. What's up? Good. So let's see here. Oh, there you go. Hugging. I love it. That's a nice bike. Cool. Yes, Natural Aura. Cove will be on. We worked with the payment issue. So awesome. While we're here, I'll do announcements 3 times of the show. I'll do some announcements now since we're here. So first up, let's see here. So we have this streaming bootcamp that we're doing, $350. We're going to start it. I think it's going to be second to last or the last Saturday in March. Lisa, I know you've already paid, so I'm going to let you know when it is. We also have a mod class coming up too. So this one's $199. We had our first one in January. We have another one coming up in March. What's up, Chaotic? Stay cruising. Good to see you both. So that's that. Then we always do a little schedule update too. This is it. So tomorrow we have the best 16 new edition NCAA bracket style, Tuesday, 8 p.m. I'll show you the brackets a little later. It's really exciting. And then we have on Wednesday, the Twitch dating game. And that's our bachelor in the top right, Seth Maddock. He's our bachelor for this week. So we're excited about that. That is at 7:30 on 7:30 p.m. Eastern time on Wednesday. So, we got a raid coming in. Let's see who's raiding us. Awesome. We'll do this here. I think it's our first guest, DJ Droopy, on the raid. Thank you very much. So, of course, you all must follow DJ Droopy. We're excited to have him here on the show. So let's see here. Flossie, thank you for that sub. 10 months. Flossie was like my first sub. So 10 months ago. That's wild. That's crazy. So thank you all for the raid. Raiders, hit that link that my mods will put up, and that'll allow you to refresh so we get credit. Appreciate that. Come on in. Got some follows here. Nix Mason, thank you for that follow. Marcia, thank you for that sub. 8 months for Marcia. What's good? Thank you all very much. Tommy Alaska, what's good? Good to see you. Come on in, everyone. GigaWorks, thank you for that follow. Welcome in. Chanel B, good to see you back, Chanel B. I'm glad you're healthy, feeling better. Awesome. We missed you. Lavette90, thank you for that follow. You just come on right in here. So let me just do this really quickly, work through this here. All right, Sherelle Red, thank you for that follow. I wanted to ask a couple questions. Chanel B, thank you for that sub. Awesome. Happy 5 months. Soulful Diva, thank you for that follow. Hit that link. We're going to get to some questions. We're in the middle of a hype train. If you're new here and don't know what a hype train is, Yat Anderso, good evening. How are you? Hype train is like a way for all the viewers to show some love to the streamers. And it's like you have to do three different activities. One can be a sub within 5 minutes. You get a sub within 5 minutes, a gifted sub. Someone gives you 100 or more bits within a 5-minute time period. And normally that will activate a hype train. And it's just a way to kind of build momentum and show love. Thank you, Kiara, for the bits. Soulful Diva, thank you for the follow. Manny Faces Official, thank you for that follow. Stay Cruising, thank you for the bits. And then we just count down. Like right now we're level 2. Let me think here. Now we just got to level 3. Sunshine with you. Good to see you. 8 months. Thank you for the sub. And Lavette, thank you for those bits. And there we go. So I'm going to put up a question. What's up, Tawana? Good to see you. And Songbird, I see you here. Yat Anderson, thank you for that sub. Happy 2 months. So you see, as people sub and give more bits, the hype train increases. And it's just something we have fun with. And every hour, it usually will activate every hour. You can't do it all the time. It's usually every hour to 75 to 90 minutes. Lawanda Baxterville, good to see you. Thank you for those bits. Flossie, thank you for those bits. So since we're here, we have some streamers here and mods. First of all, you can check out if you're subbing. A couple new emotes are there. We have that Mod Queen emote or Mod King. If you're a male or female mod, well, there. What's up, Silent Professor? Good to see you. So you can put that mod emote up in the chat. And then I wanted to do a couple questions here that came up. And I'm glad that Tommy Alaska's here because he asked this question. I think you're a fella. I'm pretty sure. What is the best strategy for figuring out who to raid? So that was a question that was sent in. My answer, and I'd love to hear what the other DJs say in the chat. I can highlight some of your answers. And mods say in the chat is you can first try to find someone who's matching the musical style that you're doing. That's a good option. Also, you can mod like a friend. If you have a friend that's trying to get started, you can also kind of raid them. LV, thank you for that resub. 8 months. Whew, thank you. Pengy, 112, thank you for let me shout out some people here before I miss it. Thank you for the bits. Thank you for the bits twice. Bree Z, thank you for the bits. MC, thank you for those bits. Charday, thank you for 4 months. Maddie O, good to see you. Thank you for 5 months sub. DJ K Nice, 5 months sub. Thank you. Yeah, so that's the strategy for rating. Also, a lot of times what we do is we'll go to see who's live and that we know, and maybe they have a low number of followers, so we want to kind of come into the room and show them some love. I love doing that. That's my favorite. One time after Twitch U, we rated one of my students who had maybe like 4 people in the stream. He was so happy. He almost broke down in tears. So that's fun. And then sometimes you can rate like a big streamer, whether it be like a Jazzy Jeff, Friends is always big, Bella Fiasco, some of the more popular streamers. So you can kind of just mod at different or rate at different levels. That is kind of my philosophy. What do we think in the chat? Let us know in the chat. I'll highlight some answers. So there. Queen Uhura, thank you for the follow. Little Miss Ruthie, thank you for those bits. We're 61%, 3 minutes and 5 seconds. Okay. All right. So Traffic Man Jim, thank you for that follow. I know you followed earlier today, about an hour ago. So while you put that in there, I'll answer your question. Chaotic, thank you for those bits. 300. Appreciate that. We're at 74%. Yes, you can live stream just with your phone. A lot of times your phone will give you a better camera than most computers and most webcams. So you can use your phone. If you're doing music or speaking, just make sure you have a good microphone connected to your phone or to your audio interface. A lot of us use the iRig too when we were using our phones. That was very effective. So that would be the answer to that question. Good question, though. Sexy Love 108, thank you for that sub. We're 96% level 4. We're just cruising right along. Okay. I like this answer. State Cruising said, people that support your stream as well, raid them. Absolutely. Absolutely. Raid them. Any other thoughts on raid strategies from DJs or mods? I'd also like to say thank you. I love that answer there. Keep putting in suggestions for who you choose to raid and your strategies. All right. And I see that DJ Droopy is in the green room. I see you, sir. I'll bring you on in a moment. Dope, dope, dope. Yes. Okay, keep putting up questions and comments. Oh, so I think, Bolex, this is a good question. I think the mods can help you with this one, specifically like Holly or someone. So you say, when you go live through OBS, you don't know how to change the title and update your live schedule. Okay, good question there. While we're cruising here, where we still at 96% level 4. Let me show you how to do that. Well, I can't show you now because I'm live. So mods, let me see here. How can we do this? Mods, you want to walk DJ Bolegs how to change? Thank you for giving that sub, Chaotic. Appreciate that. Freckle Del Boogie. Happy 5 months. Yes, you can do the set title command. So if we look up here, someone put that command in quotes in the chat, and that will help you out, Bolegs, where how you can do that. So I'll let I know Holly's in here. If you, and you can also go to your stream manager and do that too, which I'm in. Let's see here. I could show you edit mod view. So I'm in my stream manager. So Bolegs, I'm gonna let the mods kind of describe and maybe whisper you on how to change that. It's really simple. You can do it. So don't stress. That's a really easy one there. All right, where are we at? We're at level 5, 30%. Great work, everyone. Great work. So Bolegs will get you an answer. Thank you, Holly. Appreciate that. See, and they have the new emote, the little mod queen emote. We love that one. I got a shout out. And this is a good answer right here for you, 2 Bolegs. DJ Daz says he does it through a stream manager if you forgot to change his stream details when he is live. So that's good there. Next question that came up, which we'll review. All right, Vanessa, what's up? Good to see you. Is, this one right here comes up frequently. What's the maximum amount of people you can follow on Twitch? So you could follow up to 2,000 people. If you're following more than 2,000, they won't let you. So you have to take people off. Outlaw JBC, thank you for that follow. Appreciate you. And that's the answer to that question. And good stuff. What other questions we have? Got about 5 minutes before we bring on Droopy. And where are we at? 30%, level 5. Yes. Learn something new every day, Kitty Bradshaw. I'm excited to talk to Kitty. I've been following and knowing on the social media platform Kitty for like 10 years. I first started to follow her on Twitter like in 2010 or 11. I think I was in like the 11th or 12th grade back then, but I was on Twitter. So yeah. Did I see Dawn P in here? What's up, Dawn P? Thank you for those bits. Good to see you. There's something, we have a guest coming by a little later, Dawn P, that I'm going to shout you out for. So if you're not streaming, I hope you'll be here. Yes. So I want to let you know that. Yes, Marcia's right here. Only 2,000 as well. There we go. All right, so we're at 37. So keep going. Any other questions that come up? These have been some good questions so far. Breezy, thank you for that follow. Welcome. Don P, thank you for that resub. 6 months. Thank you for the support. All right, let me look here. Going through Flossie. DJ, thank you for the host. Another thing we love to share, Sir Round, good to see you, is, your wifey's there. Good, Traffic Man Jim. Good to see wifey here. Make sure you host. Hosting helps you out tremendously. Even if, like you said, you're hosting with one viewer. I think someone today just found the stream through their like recommended channels. When a lot of people host, we found out that you'll show up more in the recommended channels. So that really helps out a lot. So we like that. That really is important. And there's a couple other things I'm going to go over. We're going to talk about StreamYard a little later, and we're going to talk about trailers, channel trailers. So yes, this is a common debate right here. Yes, thank you for hosting. To use a green screen or not to use a green screen, excuse me. I know it took me, I I think it was right around Halloween when I dressed up as an invisible person. It took me a good 6 or 7 months to get a green screen and use it. I think it can be very beneficial. You can alternate back and forth. They're not that expensive. There's a video that Flossie, she's in the chat. She used to use like a blue tablecloth, or blue like of the, I don't know what was the material called, Flossie, when you put it up, and that was her green screen, and it worked fine. So you don't have to spend a lot of money to get started. I recommend it because it's good to have the flexibility. So yeah, let me go. Thank you for hosting. Chaotic Traffic Man Jim, thank you for hosting. Lots of hosts here. Thank you. VGK Girl, thank you for the host. Where are we at? 53%. We got about 30 seconds left from this hype train. Level 5. We've done tremendous. What's up, Tawana? Laney, thank you for the host. Netta Beta, thank you for the host. Yat Anderso, let me know if I'm pronouncing that right. Thank you for the host. All right, Wifey, good to see you here. Welcome. Let us know if you have any questions. Let us know. Chanel B, thank you for that host. Awesome, awesome. DJ Rue Hefner, great name there, great name. All right, so Maddie, thank you for the host. Mo Curley, thank you for the host. Awesome, DJ Rob, perfect. Yeah, see all these hosts. Rue Hefner, thank you for the host. Let me see if I pronounce this right. DJ Locks, aka Boog Jr., thank you for that host. And thank y'all for that support on that hype train. Amazing work. Love all the support. Christina, what's up? Thank you for that host. All right, so we did that. What other questions? We got about 3 minutes left before I bring. Okay, let me see here. You are. Okay, Tay. I'll call you Tay. I'll have to remember that. Thank you. Spin Junkies, what's up? Good to see you here. All right, Marcia. Okay. Miss Nebraska, thank you. And good to see you here. Too well, hello. Awesome. Any other questions? Chat on screen feature. Oh, you like that chat on screen feature? So I will share. So this, if you use, so I use Stream, what do I use here? Streamlabs. Shell 19, thank you for that sub. Happy 4 months. And Streamlabs, you can load up one of the, what's it called? Like one of the little boxes. Hold on, let me look here real quick and see what it is. Widgets. You can look at you can load up one of the widgets, and one of the widgets is a chat box, and you can make it kind of just how you want it to design. I like the little clear background. And so get a widget in like your bot. So whether you use Nightbot, Streamlab Elements, or Streamlabs, that's what I recommend there. All right, Coppin Cutie. Is that Coppin Cutie as in Coppin State in Baltimore, Maryland? Let me know that. That's where my father went to college. Misty Christie, thank you. MC, thank you for those bits. All right, neat. Okay. All right, we're gonna, in 1 minute, we're going to bring in DJ Droopy. All right, but that's answered that question. If you have some challenges, Silent Professor, finding that widget, let me know. But also let us know in the chat, what is the bot that you use? Coppin State. All right, love it. Class of 2007. Awesome, Baltimore in the house. Okay, there you go. See, this is my TA also. Make sure you are following DJ Daz. He's like my right hand for Twitch U. Restream offers a chat box widget too. Thank you. Yes, you're welcome. Big time. I see Chanel B uses that elements. DJ Knowledge, thank you for the follow. Awesome. You had to ban. Tell us why you had to ban Nightbot. Big time. Let us know that. Awesome. NYC Dope is here. Cool. Mike C Music, thank you for that sub. Happy 6 months. Spin Junkies, thank you for the follow. Yeah, awesome. 80822, good to see you again. Welcome. All right. Let me look here. See. Thank you, Lisa. Okay. Cool. Good. All right. Streamlabs bot. Good. So those are the 3 main bots we use. Thank you, Lisa. All right. Oh, that's true. Yeah, this is a good point here. Like, not Nightbot is disrespectful with muting people, so that's a good point. So, yeah, do that. Okay. And Tawana, if Twitch is messing up, a lot of times you can refresh. That'll help you refresh, or you leave the stream and come back in. All right. So now let's get our guest in here. He's been patiently waiting in the green room. Thank you for the raid. All right. So let me go up to my screen here. And once again, if you have questions that come up when we bring hello there, sir. DJ Droopy's in the building.
How you doing?
All right, we're doing well. DJ Droopy, welcome to Twitch University.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be here.
Oh, we are excited to have you here. The first question we got to know, is where does the name DJ Droopy come from?
Um, it's a nickname given to me by my cousins when I was a kid. They said I act like the cartoon character.
All right, like the cartoon character. Love it, love it.
Mhm.
Now, you born and raised and based in the Baltimore, Maryland area, correct?
Correct. Yes.
All right, so you've been DJing for quite a long time. You're a veteran in the game. I want to know from you what's been your most memorable DJ performance.
Ooh. Uh, I would say there is a crab feast for the Baltimore County chapter of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated, and it's a pretty big event. They have on average 1,600 people, anywhere from their members to congressmen, senators. There have been known to be a couple of celebrities that come through, and my most memorable event would be the first time that I did it,
Hmm.
and being able to look up at a crowd of 1,600 people just dancing and vibing out to all the songs. Like they literally danced. I could take them everywhere: old school, new school, hip hop, R&B, house, reggae. We went all over the place, and they kept that dance floor packed the entire time. So just the energy of seeing that many people in one place at one time, and to know that I was partly the catalyst to what was taking place on the dance floor. That is a moment I will never forget.
I love it. Now, one of your viewers and fans wanted us to ask you also, we're going to go from both ends of the spectrum. Tell us about maybe one of your worst DJ experiences and how you got through that.
Uh, wow. I was uh, I was at a wedding reception that got robbed.
Oh, okay. Talk to us about that.
Um, the groom evidently was a purveyor of recreational pharmaceuticals, and they knew that he was getting married, and they literally waited until the reception when all the affiliates were there. And all I know is we're getting ready to toss the garter belt, and you just hear the cocking of a 12 gauge,
Woo-hoo.
and they're like, everybody on the floor, and I obliged.
We're thankful you obliged. Yes,
Yeah,
continue.
and I mean, they literally took uh, phones, wallets, car keys. Like, luckily, they didn't make anybody disrobe, but
Hmm.
they literally jacked the wedding reception. And I think the only safe thing was they couldn't just pick up my equipment
Right. I was going to ask.
and go. So they just, relieved me of my the money I had on me, my wallet, and my phone, and everything, like everyone else.
Wow.
And then they exited stage left. Yeah,
Were they ever caught,
yeah.
apprehended,
They
returning people's
oh
things?
they caught him. Most of the stuff was so I got my wallet back, but I got the phone back, but all cash. They had already did whatever they were going to do with that, but they were apprehended, so they did catch them.
All right. All right. Oh, yes, CC. What's up, CC? By the way, your vocabulary will be expanding during this interview for sure, purveyor. So, yes. All right. So, I believe the answer to this question is DJ Classics, but I want to ask you, how did you find Twitch and what inspired you to start streaming?
Yeah, yeah. Classics yelled at me, like literally, like on the phone, upper register. Get on Twitch, like in official principal voice. Uh, Mrs. Classics. Yeah,
Yes.
but no, she is a very passionate woman, and if she supports you, if she believes in you, there is nothing that she won't do in order to make sure that you succeed, or can go down a similar path that she goes down. So she had already established herself on Twitch, and she just reached out to me one day, and she was like, Droopy, you have got to get on Twitch, and she did it nicely for about a couple of times, and and then that last phone call, I felt like I was talking to my mama. I was
Yeah.
I thought I was gonna have to go outside and get the Switch. It was but she was adamant
Yeah.
about me coming over, and then she basically made sure I came over, but she also made sure that I was good. She did her due diligence and making sure I knew the lay of the land, and a base understanding of how things worked and things of that nature. But definitely, DJ Classics was the reason that I
Okay.
came over to Twitch, and the reason why I'm here now.
So, if anyone wants an example, excuse me, of inspiration, if you look at where Classics was when she first started on Twitch to where she is now, the growth is amazing. And
Hmm.
just the way that she keeps adding in different elements. I peeped the new green screen Classics. So,
Hmm.
if anyone has a question about whether or not you can do it or not do it, just look at where Classics was. And this is a relatively short period of time. I want to say it's like April, May. And then we have her here like 7, 8 months later. Just look at the growth in terms of the stream, in terms of herself, the confidence, the DJing. It's amazing.
Hmm.
Why, for you, did it take you so long?
Uh, you know, taking that leap of faith isn't always the easiest thing to do, and knowing that you kind of in certain ways have to start over. It's kind of like going from middle school to high school. You could be the you could be the quarterback for the middle school team and have a winning record, and you get to high school and it's like, who are you?
Yes.
you know,
Yes.
and none of that stuff matters. So that transition isn't always something that is the catalyst to incentive. And so and I wasn't, and I was not familiar with the processes.
Hmm.
So I didn't want to go on a platform and be oblivious to the processes and procedures, and do something that I wouldn't be able to clean up or come back from. So there was a lot of apprehension just out of lack of information for me. um,
Good, good. What most people would have stopped what they got from middle school to high school. I love that analogy, by the way. Once they got from middle school to high school, they would have stopped and said, "You know what? I've worked too hard to build up my followers and my name in other platforms and other venues. I don't want to do this again." What inspired you to kind of say, "Okay, I'm going to take the courage. I'm going to start again"? I know you're at or just about to pass 1,000 followers. How were you able to get that courage to say, "Okay, let's do this again"?
it was the freedom that I had here. Any other uh, like when we were outside, or when we were gigging, you're always at the beck and call of your client or the crowd. So just the energy that came from the freedom of being myself and doing what I wanted to do, how I wanted to do it, as long as I wanted to do it, no interruptions. That freedom, it's addictive. And so once I got a taste of it, I was hooked. And then you add on the community aspect and the level of support that's here. And like, I've met people who I haven't met physically a day in my life, and they feel like family now. Like, I
Mhm.
look forward to seeing those persons come into the room, and things of that nature. And so it those things, you yearn for those things outside. Like, I wish I could go do a party where there's 500 people and they just say, oh yeah, go ahead, play whatever you want to play, and we're good. Yeah, I wish.
Yeah,
So it was that aspect that kind of had me hooked, and it's grown from there. It's a beautiful experience over here.
it is. I want to read a quote that you said that really kind of caught me. And it's like, I see what I do, not as what I do, but who I am. What do you mean by that?
um so music is a intricate part of me, even outside of what I do when I perform. Even when I'm not on live, or I'm music is incorporated in a lot of things I do. When I say music is my therapy, that's a literal thing. So for me, just getting in my car and going for a drive and picking a nice album and taking a cruise. Um, a lot of times it's easier for me to talk to people through music than to have like a verbal conversation sometimes. Sometimes music speaks better for me than me having a conversation with someone. And so in a lot of ways, um, if you listen to the music I play, or if you listen to a performance, especially now on Twitch, you can actually gain insight to the kind of person I am. So it's not just uh, an occupation or a hobby. It is a core part of what makes me me.
Okay. A couple of things. Chaotic, thank you for that gifted sub. Appreciate you. Sherelle Red Grim, thank you for those bits. Also, I see you, DJ Epic. I got a whisper coming to you. I meant to tell you that. And Ames has been requesting this new mod emote. Ames, if you check your emote, you'll see emotes. You'll see the new mod emote. So check that out. Now, Droopy, who are you? Like, who is DJ Droopy?
I am a man of God, first and foremost. I am a husband. I have been married. It'll be 8 years in June. I am a father to two kids. My son just turned 18 in February. My daughter will be 16 in July. They're both of my kids are from a previous marriage. I am an educator. I work for Baltimore City Public Schools in the IT office. I am a mentor. I work with Aziza Peace, which is a youth program here in Baltimore, Maryland, which uses the arts, fashion, and things of that nature to teach life skills to young ladies primarily, but also young men from ages 14 to 24. And I am right now, I am just a person that is on a path that I've been placed on and making the most of the journey.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
You tap it in close to my heart because I'm an educator as well, professor at Cal State University Fullerton from the DC area. So I grew up in Silver Spring, Maryland, but all my relatives went to either Coppin State or Morgan State. So
Got you.
I know the area you come from.
Yeah.
How do you manage your time between DJing, your full time IT career, and job with Baltimore public? What's it? The city or public schools? Baltimore County.
City public.
Public schools.
Yeah.
And I know you're author too. So how do you manage your
Yes.
time?
Discerningly.
Explain what that means. Explain what that means.
Um, I I learned a while ago that it's truly about balance, and it's also about being humble and being able to say I need a timeout. Knowing your limits, it's okay to say I can't do something today, or can we try to do it at another time, or things of that nature. And it sounds like a lot, and during certain quarters of the year it is, but it's not consistent throughout. So it gets hectic for a minute, but then it calms down. But it's truly all about balance. Even when coming to Twitch and understanding the processes and how I could benefit from it, it was a matter of sitting down and having the discussion with my wife so that I could come up with a schedule. Whereas I'm not on Twitch 24/7, and she's over in the corner like, hello, hi, your wife.
Yes.
Hey, I'd like to go on date night. Can we make that happen? So it's about, when I say discerningly, that is really the way that I do it. I count the cost, and weigh things out. I don't rush into decisions or things of that nature, because I try to make my word my bond when it comes to something. So if I say I'm going to do something, I try my best to honor that. So it's just a matter of knowing when to say yes and when to say no. Certain things, I'm not going to be able to do, and I'm okay with articulating that to someone if necessary, and even if that someone is myself.
Good. Now we know, a happy wife equals a happy life. So I respect your decision making there. So props to you for that.
Yes, yes, yes.
What was the inspiration from one published author to another? What was your inspiration for writing your book?
Um, Life. I have. It's been a hard road the past couple of years, dealing with loss of close loved ones and learning how to deal with their absence and the physical presence. So from losing my mom to her mother, my other grandmother, and then in just last year, I lost my father, one of my close friends that was like a brother to me, and his mother. They passed away from COVID. Um, Another close friend, my uncle, and then one of my mentors who was like a father to me in the DJ game. So in dealing with all of that, I had to find outlets um, to deal with and cope with the grief journey at the depth that I was dealing with it. And I started posting messages on Facebook because I figured if I'm gonna do this, then maybe in me sharing what I'm dealing with and what I'm going through and how I feel, being transparent, because some days I'm not happy about life. Some days I don't want to be around people. Sometimes I think people just suck. Stay away from me. And it's okay to feel that way for a moment in time, but you got to get past that emotion and get back to what's necessary for day to day. And I just, my hope was that in me sharing it, it would help someone else.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody else will go, oh, I'm not by myself. Oh, I feel that way sometimes too. Or maybe I didn't look at it that way. Maybe I give them another perspective. And so I started doing these posts on Facebook. And then people were like, you need to write a book. And I was like, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
okay. Yeah, right. Sure. And yet here we are because I had resources and I had people who really pushed me, similar to classics, except they didn't yell at me. Um, but I just had a lot of people who supported, and they were like, "You really need to do it." And then I started researching the process, and so my book is just a compilation of those posts that I put out there, in hopes that somebody will read the book and be encouraged, uplifted, and edified to help them get through each day. Because even if you're not dealing with the grief journey or the loss of someone close to you, we're all struggling, especially after 2020. So in some way, shape, or form, we're struggling. We're fighting demons. We're ice skating uphill in one way or another. And sometimes it just takes to know that you're not by yourself in that struggle to help you get through. So that's what was the catalyst to the book.
Yeah, ice skating uphill. That's heavy. As someone who lost, like I lost my dad suddenly, and then lost my mom to an extended illness. Prayers are with you because I know it's not easy. So, my condolences.
Thank you.
What was your process for getting through it? Because it's very difficult on a day to day basis. Because life doesn't stop. We still have to work. We still have to take care of family.
Mhm.
How did you get through that?
So the reality was I didn't know I was getting through it.
Mm,
Um, my mom passed away in July of 2016. She passed away from pancreatic and brain cancer. Um, and not getting too deep, but I hadn't seen my mother 3 years prior to that. My mom and my dad stopped communicating to me because of religious differences. So the last week and a half that I got to spend with my mom was after a 3 year absence of both my mom and my dad. After she passed, the next month, her mom
mm,
then had pancreatic and
mm,
brain cancer.
mm,
And then shortly after that, my other grandmother fell down a flight of steps and she never recovered from her injuries.
mm.
So I had never had loss of that caliber before. So for the next 2 years, I was just getting through because I thought that's what you do. You lose someone, you deal with it as best you can. You get up each day and you go through. I didn't understand the magnitude um, of the trauma that I experienced in that loss. So it wasn't until I went to counseling that I then realized the gravity of what I was dealing with, and then I was helped to develop processes that a game plan that then helped me cope with that walk. So counseling, seeking professional help, therapy was one of the main things that I'll say outside of a healthy relationship with my Lord and Savior, was one of the main things that helped me gain an understanding of what it was that I was dealing with, so that I could then, after knowing what I'm dealing with, then I could develop a game plan of how to deal with it. And like you said, it's a day-to-day thing. I have good days and I have bad days, and that's for anyone. You don't have to have the level of grief that I dealt with in order to then have to. We all have good days and bad days, but understanding what it is that you're dealing with and how it affects you emotionally, mentally, physically and spiritually, having an understanding of how that works really does help. So I am an advocate of going to get counseling, going to a therapist, getting that help, because they went to school
Hmm.
to be educated in it and to understand it, so that they can teach you
Yes.
how to get through. And a lot of us are afraid to tap into that resource, but anyone that's doing that is doing themselves a disservice.
Yes, you're preaching to the choir. I'm going to play this clip for a certain person that I talked to about this, so I appreciate you sharing that. I think there's great power in reflection on life. With everything that you've been through, if you were to go back and talk to 18-year-old DJ Droopy and give him advice based on what you know now, what advice would you give your younger self?
Strap in and keep your feet grounded, because to be honest, with everything that's going on, I wouldn't change it, because I wouldn't be the person that I am now. So if I changed anything, then I may not have my kids, or I may not, my path would have changed and I wouldn't have met my wife, and I'd be mad about that. So I don't want to I don't, so I don't want to have to go back again and beat up my 18-year-old self because he was misdirected.
Right,
But
right.
what I would tell him is to research early on and develop his spiritual connection, to get grounded in that, um, and be ready, because life isn't always easy. But what I'm learning now is your greatest lessons come through the worst storms.
Mm-hmm. Final question about the book. What was the hardest part about writing the book?
Um, Discussing my mom and my dad,
Mm,
only because I absolutely abhor loose ends. And so the relationship with both my mom and my dad, they left before we could develop closure in our relationship, because of our religious differences. And so the hardest thing about the book was discussing that, or tapping into that, because then it just raises those feelings again, and there's no answers to it, and it hurts. At the end of the day, it's just a hurting feeling to know that you couldn't close that door. Um, but at the end of the day, it's a necessary evil, because I know I'm not the only person that feels that way.
yeah.
So that was the hardest part. Anything dealing with my mom or my dad, when I have those discussions, those are the most sensitive times, just because they were my world. Even for the 3 years that I wasn't able to see them, they were still here.
Hmm.
And I've never gone without my mom or my dad. So, and even though they're not here in physical presence, I got two of the greatest angels looking over me now.
Yeah.
And so that was the hardest part, having to tap into that and still convey it in a manner that would shine light and not be a dark place.
Okay. So I appreciate you sharing all this. Ames, we're going to get my mods. I think Lisa, the X knows. We're going to put the Amazon link for the book in the chat. So we'll do that as well. Lola always gets. Thank you for the follow. Kiki B, thank you for the follow. Now we get on Twitch. You do some amazing blends on blends on blends on blends. I love it. I was sitting there doing my work on Friday night, just swaying back and forth for a good hour. How have you been able to perfect that skill? Why do you love doing blends so much?
Well, it all started early on when I was DJing. I liked music to sound different. When we were vinyl days, you were stuck with, and the only way you heard it differently if someone produced a remix.
Right.
Other than that, you were stuck with the clean, the dirty, and the instrumental. Every now and then, you got an acapella.
Right. Right.
And it was like you hit the lottery when you went in the record store and one of the singles had an acapella on it. And so I've always heard music differently in my head, versus what played on the radio, or when I went out, I always heard it with different sounds and things of that nature. So when acapellas started becoming more available, I always wanted to play around with them, and that's what built the desire to start making blends. But it deepened about 4 or 5 years ago when I entered in the Baltimore Blend Battle here.
Okay. All right.
The first blend battle I did was a crash and burn. Like, it was an epic fail. The only reason I made it out of the first round was because the guy I was going against, his hard drive froze.
Oh, okay.
If his hard drive had lived long enough, I wouldn't even have made it out of the first round. But from that, I was like, I know I'm better than this. I know I can do better than this. And for the next year, I researched. I sat down with blend people who had won the blend battles. I researched. I studied out keys and melodies, cadence, things of that nature. And I researched it out. And then the next year, I made it to the finals. I didn't win, but making it out of the first round, I had already won. So making it to the finals was even, icing on the cake. But in that researching, I learned a lot more about music than I had ever known before. And so every time someone tunes into my channel, it's literally me sharing what I learned in that year. Because I didn't want to just put an acapella over an instrumental just because they went at the same speed. Music is supposed to tell a story. And so I felt it was my responsibility. If I'm going to do blends, I'm going to do them all the way. I'm going to go in. And now it's an art form for me, and it's a way for me to creatively express myself. So, people, when they tune in, that's what they're going to hear. And I just absolutely love it because it's just a way of expressing myself in another way.
Yeah. Yeah. If you ever decide to teach a class on blending, I'm there, the front row with all my money paying in advance. I'm ready to learn more. So say that. I noticed that there's a common theme that you have from your viewers, your family on Twitch. Is like you being very disrespectful. Where does that where does that come from?
So it's a twist on words, because it's not a bad thing. So when you take something to the next level, or it's like the upper echelon of something that you're doing, that's being disrespectful. And so it's actually a compliment when you come in the room and somebody's saying, "Oh, you're being disrespectful." That's actually a compliment. Because some people come, "Oh, why are they talking to the DJ like that?" Like, it sounds good to me. Why are they talking to him like he's responding to it? Nah, it's a good thing. And it's a good energy, and it's a way of letting me know that I'm not just doing the ordinary or the run of the mill, that we're taking it to that next level and creating a place of energy and things of that nature. So, like, yeah, being disrespectful is actually a good thing.
All right. Good. I'm going to write that down too. Share that with some people I know. My next question is what was I going to ask you? It was just you are a mentor to classics. So thank you for that. What do you do when people approach you and they're like, you know what? I want to learn how to DJ, but I'm scared of getting started. I'm scared I might not sound good. I might fail. What do you say to them?
My first statement was the same thing I said to classics. If you're serious, let's talk about it. Because at the end of the day, I'm all for someone being invested in going into the craft. But for me to mentor or for me to help, I have to know that you're invested in more than just playing music, or more than just getting in a venue and having a name, or just going somewhere and playing the top 10 hits. Like, if I'm working with somebody, I want you to learn the whole gambit of it. So like the history, what music is, like the fundamentals, and why those fundamentals are important. Classics will tell you, I got on her nerves because I just said, if you can't transition, just stop. Just
Hmm.
it doesn't matter if you can scratch or none of it. If you can't transition, because the power in music, as far as a DJ, lies in the transition. If you can master the transition, then you will become someone powerful. And not to put him on blast, but DJ Vic is a prime example of that. Like, I think I've watched him for months, and I think I heard him scratch once,
Hmm.
but he captivates you in the
Oh
transition.
yeah. Oh yeah.
And you'll sit there, and you only planned on listening to him for 10 minutes, and then 3 hours later you're like bopping
Yep. A
like
Vic
him.
Bop. Shout out Freddie V. Freddie V in the building.
So yeah, so um I try to see where their head is at. And then, if it's just high end questions, I don't mind sharing information with anyone, because it isn't just mine to have. And part of learning something is being able to pass it on, so that the information continues for generations and generations. But if you want me to sit down and literally mentor you or help you, then we somewhat have to be cut from the same cloth, or have the same mindset as far as what DJing is, because it's an investment of time and energy, and so you can't share your time and energy with everyone, and hope that they're going to all get the same things. So yeah, I would ask them if they're serious, and then we can go from there.
All right. If you're serious, then talk to Droopy. What are your thoughts on Twitch? Like your goals? Is making partner important to you? What's your view on kind of that whole race, so to speak?
Um, it it would be nice. I am literally enjoying the journey as it comes. I was taught, especially in business, that if you keep the brand or the product consistent, it grows on its own. You really don't have to. There's some work you have to do, but the product will always speak for itself. The product is the selling point. So as long as people are coming in the channel and they're enjoying the music and things of that nature, because I feel as though there's a family oriented feel when you come in my channel and in my chat, and we just enjoy each other's company, we enjoy each other's energy, and uh I can't put a price on that. I can't put any type of thing on that. That means the world to me. And granted, other things are tied into Twitch, because I'm also blessed by the fact that I can monetize the channel, because I didn't work last year, because I didn't want to go outside, because I didn't want to risk bringing anything home to my family.
Hmm.
So I made that decision, because I wouldn't be able to live it for myself if I did, just to get a couple of dollars. So Twitch has provided a means for me to get back to helping to provide for my family from the safety of my home, and that's a blessing in itself. So I'm aware of it, but I can't put that in front of the energy that comes into my room every time I go live, and people come in and they say, hey, or when I go in someone else's room during the day, and
Hmm.
that camaraderie that takes place throughout the day. I am enjoying that, and whatever it leads to, wherever this road ends at, I'm all for it. Good, bad, or indifferent. But I want to take this time to enjoy the journey. I don't want to focus on one thing, that I'm missing out on all these relationships
Hmm.
and all the things that are happening. Like, I literally am calling people. I have a young lady in my room, Miss Levette. She calls me uncle, and I'll call her my niece. We haven't met a day, but that's the connection that's there. That's the energy that I want to focus on in my channel. And whatever other blessings manifest from that, I'm good with any of it.
Yeah, yeah, very powerful. I do want to ask a couple more questions. First, if you were to go back to when you first hopped on Twitch and maybe give yourself, your younger Twitch self, some advice, what would you kind of share, or how would you make a change, perhaps?
Pay more attention. I missed a lot of stuff. I, I would kind of I would give my younger Twitch self the inside scoop of what to pay attention to, because I missed a lot of things coming in because I didn't know what to look for. I would just, it's kind of like when you get to that new school, you just sit in the corner and
Yeah.
hope you don't get beat up when the 3 o'clock bell
Right.
chimes. I would pay attention to a whole lot more and getting acclimated to the lay of the land. And I would tell my younger self, like, here, when you go in the chat room, look at this, this, and this. When you're introducing yourself to DJs, or if you want to introduce yourself to a DJ, this is the best way to do it. So you don't come off improper or too aggressive or those little nuances I would give to my younger self, so the growing process would be smooth. But again, I wouldn't change for so much, because like the path that I've been through and the people that I've met, it's been nothing but a blessing, and that's including having met you.
Mm-hmm.
So but definitely pay attention, boy. Like hit the ground running. Like stop looking over there. Yeah.
When you first started, and I'm glad that Sade made this comment, like you didn't speak at all. Why was that the case, and what inspired you to then start talking?
I was hoping you wouldn't ask this. Oh man, I
gotta do my research. I gotta do my research.
And you did your job. Kudos to you, sir. So one of my names is the Silent Assassin. And one of the things that people who come to an event, I let the music speak. I feel if you're telling a story through music, like, and I've said it before, the only time they would hear me on the mic is if I was telling somebody they left their lights on, or if their car was about to get towed. Other than that, I was focused on making the music talk and speak. And so that was always my thing. But then when I got to Twitch, yeah, that didn't really
that doesn't work.
People coming in the chat room and they're like, hey, and you don't say anything, and they're like, oh, okay, we're gonna go this way. And so it became immediately apparent that some type of interaction needed to take place. And so it's never been a thing where I can't talk. I've always been hesitant because I have no filter. So I'm going to talk to you like I've known you for years. And sometimes that's a good thing. And then sometimes, depending on who the person is,
right,
it doesn't always go off well. So I've just figured, well, I just let the music talk. I don't have to worry about it. But the interaction has been, they've been learning that Droopy does talk.
Yes.
And it's funny because the people were coming in the room and that would be the first thing they type. Droopy talks? This is what his voice sounds like? Like, who knew?
Right.
But I this is a first.
Okay.
A first for over 20 years.
That's
20
great.
years. I never talked on the mic unless I absolutely had to. I would hire an MC.
Mm-hmm.
And even and he's dealing with some health issues right now. But even on Tuesdays and Fridays, I still have an MC because I don't want to lose that aspect of what I do and what we do collectively as DJ and MC. But yeah, for 20 years, I never talked and I never had to. So like when they were like, hey, Chris, you got to talk. I was like, yeah, okay. You want, you know who you talk to, right? They were like, no, but you got to. Yeah. And so slowly but surely, it went from 2 words to a whole sentence. And now right before we rated you, one of my channel points is tell a DJ story.
Yeah.
So enjoy it while it lasts, because when outside opens up, I'm telling you right now, don't come to a party outside of Twitch and be like, hey, Droopy, tell a story.
No talking there. Well,
yeah.
Props to you for growing and making that change. So props to you, because some people would have still said I ain't talking. And to follow up on that, Twomp, what's up, Twomp? By the way, he wants to know, what's your petty name?
Chris. I keep telling them, when you're G14 classified petty, when you're Shaolin level petty, when you're like 5 fingers of death petty, you don't need a name. My name
I
is Chris.
love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. So my final question, well, I have two, but one of the final ones is what piece of technology, and you're an IT guy, so I'm really curious to hear what you think. What piece of technology that you've acquired since you started streaming can you now no longer live without?
Um, I would, well, the cameras definitely.
Hmm.
Because even on Facebook, I would just hook up my phone. That's not going to fly.
Yeah, not for long.
Not for long, no. So definitely, I can't live without my cameras, and I would also say my mixing board,
Mm,
because I was used to just going straight from my mixer to my laptop, but I found that incorporating a mixing board gives me a lot more freedom, because now I can record my mixes, and you don't have to necessarily hear me talking throughout the whole thing. And adding on other components, with having not just one mic. So when Rio comes through, we're sharing a mic now, but having extra mics and things of that nature. So my mixing board and the cameras are now two pieces of technology that I wouldn't live without.
love
Um,
it.
yeah.
Love it. What's the mixing board? What kind of mixing board do you have?
I just have a Yamaha eight
Oh, yeah.
channel. Yeah.
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 Cool. All right. So to close off, any last minute words of wisdom or advice? There could be some people that are watching and like, "Ooh, I might want to dip my toe in after hearing your story," just for like people to maybe keep going that have maybe started to struggle or struggling on Twitch and just need a pick me up. What would you say to them?
Um, it, so the main thing that I would say is there are blessings in Twitch that are bigger than just playing music. And I think you have to dip your toe in the pool. You have to expose yourself to it. And matter of fact, you got a cannonball. Because when you cannonball in the pool, yeah, that first when you hit the water, oh, you know, it feels some kind of way, but your body adjusts
Mhm.
and you're fine. Um, there are so many things that will inspire you, encourage you. Like the people here are awesome.
Mhm.
The community base here, like when people uh uh find you and they love what you do, they support you in a way that I can honestly say from that I don't even get in my hometown. But now I'm here, but the majority of the people who come in my channel aren't from here. Like I got people from the other side of the country and the other side of the world
World,
that are
yes.
coming through. So it's not a local thing. So any mentality that a person may have of what they deal with locally, as far as the DJing thing, you gotta kind of get rid of that coming to here, because this is a global experience and it's a totally different ball game when you get over here. But there's so many beautiful things to take in and embrace, and Twitch will help you grow. Like I've watched people start from having three or four, and Twitch will help you grow. You just got to stick with it. Just so my encouragement: don't give up. Everybody starts from zero. Everyone starts there. Not unless you're Jazzy Jeff,
Right, right.
unless you're that status. Everyone starts from somewhere. But just stick to your guns and just watch the miracles happen, because it
Love
will.
it. Love it. Love it. Ty wants to know, hello, Ty, by the way, what kind of camera do you use?
I use the I think the what is it, the Logitech C90.
Got it. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Awesome.
I have two of them. Yeah.
Cool. Let us know when are you streaming next?
Tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's ATM Tuesdays with me and two of my fellow DJs, DJ Marty Marr and DJ BJ, the chosen one. So it's kind of a raid experience
Cool.
tomorrow evening.
All right, so we're definitely going to share your link in the chat. Look, I appreciate this interview. Very introspective. Love talking to you, getting to know you better. Can't wait to continue to get to know you better.
Most definitely.
Just keep doing what you're doing. I love it. Just great stuff. Put his emotes in the chat. Thank you for appearing on the show, and we're going to come support you.
Thank you very much. And again, thank you for this opportunity and looking forward to seeing you again
Yes,
and
sir.
coming through again as well.
Sir. Awesome. Thank you.
All right.
All right. Take care.
You do the same.
All right, so drop those emotes and hearts and ones in the chat for DJ Droopy. Tremendous. Okay, so next up, Kitty Bradshaw, you're on deck. I'm going to say one thing really quickly. I'm going to show you a quick video. But yeah, put those emotes and hearts up in the chat. Let me recognize some people. Sherelle, Red, thank you for those bits. Claudia, what's up? Thank you for subbing. Happy 3 months. Kiki B, thank you for the follow. Awesome work, you all. So one thing, I'm going to ask a question for all the streamers in the building. If you all has anybody in here created a trailer for your channel? I think that's something that we might be missing. The group of us, I just created one a couple of weeks ago. I think it's a great way to let people who pop on your page see you. So I'm going to show you really quickly. I have my channel and then my trailer, and then I'm going to show you one I love from one of our kind of favorite new DJs. So hold on, let me show you my trailer. Let us know if you have a trailer in the chat. And let's see where mine is really quickly. Hold on. There, here's mine. Hello, my name is Amani Experience, also known as DJ Amro. Sometimes on Twitch they call me the Professor. Welcome to my channel. I love to say I have a variety channel. Of course, by heart, I'm a DJ, so I'll DJ many nights of the week. We also have a couple shows. Mondays, 8 p.m. Eastern, we do Twitch University, where we learn and hear from streamers who are doing things on Twitch. Every other Tuesday, we'll do Survivor Island, where we pitch artists against each other, 6 of them, see who survives. We'll do brackets, like the best 16 Stevie Wonder songs. We do that also. The first and third Wednesday of the month, we do the Twitch dating game. A bachelor or bachelorette will pick between 3 contestants. We have a lot of fun with that. Once a month, we do It's All About the R&B Music, 4 DJs talking about R&B music and hip-hop. And then every once in a while on a weekend, I'll do a day party or a battle with DJ Ivy LA. Thanks for visiting the channel. I hope to see you soon. Right, so that was, thank y'all. I love the bow tie too, 360. What's up, 360? So that was my trailer. I just think just try to get something up there. 30 seconds, it's 60 seconds is the maximum. It's really effective. It'll help people get to know you really quickly, so I highly recommend it. There's one trailer I wanted to show you, which is pretty fun. And so let me see here. Share screen. Go here. Okay. So we got this here. And so what I want to do right now is I want to show you this person's trailer. He's not live, right? I hope he's not live. Is he live? No, he's not live. Okay, so let's make this a little bigger. Hold on. Make this a little bigger. All right, cool. So this guy here, so this is his trailer. So let me unmute it here.
What up?
Hopefully you can hear that.
Chilling. It is a pleasure to see you. Thank you for checking out my channel. In here, I play some dope beats, enjoy good company, and anything.
Right. Okay. So that was his. That's just a quick little trailer he has on his page. But you're looking at that, you're like, you're like, what is going on here? So you definitely will check that out. What's up, Charisma? So shout out to Charisma. She was a guest this past week for Twitch U. She was on Starting From Scratch's channel over the weekend and killed it. Shout out to you. But yeah, just get a trailer. You can get some copywritten free music that people will let you use. So you can do that. And you can talk, Charisma. We want to hear you talk. So you can do that too. But yeah, so that's what I wanted to talk about first was trailer. Yeah, Flash is a great channel. So awesome. Awesome. It's great. Cool. All right, so next up, we got Kitty Bradshaw coming to the building. So let's see here. Okay, so hold on here. Hello, how are we doing?
Hi, can you hear me okay?
Oh, yes, with the Compton Boulevard sign there. Okay.
Yes, I have to represent for my city.
All right. So first of all, Kitty Bradshaw, welcome to Twitch University.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, yeah, we're happy to have you. I've been following you I think it's 10, 11 years on the Twitter. So now it's good to put a face with a Twitter handle and say hello.
Hello to everyone in the room. Thank you to everyone who's come in and support, especially my house cats. I see them all in the room, so I'm happy to be here.
We are happy to be here. Happy to have you here with us. Really quickly, tell us, who is Kitty Bradshaw?
Who is Kitty Bradshaw? Kitty Bradshaw is a writer first and foremost. Through the writing, I've been able to fall down a couple of different rabbit holes as far as travel writing, doing commentary work for CNN, ghost writing for a few celebs, as well as writing for big brands like General Motors. So yeah, that's my main thing. Outside of that, and when I'm on Twitch, I am being a mod for DJ Epic and DJ Morris Code, and I'm a mother to the house cats.
Love it. Love it. Shout out DJ Droopy. Thank you for gifting that sub. Morse Code, what's up? Happy 7 months. We talked earlier in the week about just opportunities for earning revenue on Twitch. So my first question, because we have a lot of streamers in the building here, and they're really looking to kind of figure out ways to monetize outside of the Twitch ecosystem. One of my favorite points you made earlier is that try to cut out the middleman, specifically on Twitch. Explain to us what you mean when you say that.
So cutting out the middleman. So I use an example. I was in someone's stream and one of their subscribers, they dropped $2,000 during that feed. And so I was joking with you. I said, oh, that hurt my soul. How much of that money did Twitch get? You know, like, so if you're a DJ, I'm not familiar with the gamer community, so I'm going to speak specifically to the community that I've been hanging around with. You know, if you're a DJ, it's like, how are you leveraging your community? How are you getting, like, what are your goals, first of all? Like, is it to build your audience? Is it to network? What is it? You know, a lot of people come in and say, you know, we're here to make money. Okay, but what are you bringing? Like, what are you giving to get that money? So, you know, while Twitch is good for, you know, bringing in additional revenue, what else are you doing with that community? Like, are you giving them the tools to promote you, for example? You know, are you providing scripts? Are you encouraging them to promote you word of mouth? You know, different things like that. So cutting out the middleman just means don't allow Twitch to take 50% of your money.
Okay. Yes. Yes. So continuing with that line of thinking, what are some easy ways that DJs or streamers, no matter if they have an audience of 250 followers or 10,000 followers, can start to use to monetize their channel?
So what are ways? So, you know, like, I'm going to use the people that I've been interacting with personally. So, like, for example, DJ Tactics, he has a jewelry business. I'm actually wearing his necklace now. You know, a lot of people, the merch, that's probably the most common way, but not just having like Streamlabs. I believe they create merch for a lot of the DJs where it's just like that standard word template where you're going into word art and creating like just your name, and it's just a generic tee, but they're selling it for $30. What I mean by merch, like, I would take it to a next level as far as actually having a graphic designer come in and create specific branding for you so that, you know, when your community is purchasing your merchandise, one, they're purchasing something that's of quality and something that they're proud to wear around and be able to support you in that way and encourage their friends to come along and support you or come in and subscribe to your channel. Sorry, guys, I'm nervous. But, you know, that's one way. We also talked during our call about, you know, I know that a lot of the big timer DJs, they know that, you know, there's still virtual events going, but I don't think that people fully understand, like, corporate offices are still going out looking to recruit DJs. So like for events or kickoffs, for example, you know, January, I know a couple of people who benefited from that, just tuning in for Zoom and DJing. So that's a way to get money. Charity events, entertainment, of course. Smaller level, I think a lot of people miss opportunity with like Twitch birthday parties. Like, you guys kind of already do that. You know, like, for example, when the mods have birthdays, they have the raids that come in. But what about the regular person that's reaching out and saying, hey, I want to have a family virtual event. You know, how much do you charge? You know, to just come in on Zoom and just DJ that event, you know. So, you know, those are avenues worth exploring. So yeah, a couple of examples.
Oh, great examples. Great examples. You're doing perfect. Fine. No stress. Rob Bryan, DJ Drops, thank you for the follow. CRS 22, thank you for the follow. DJ Epic, thank you for that sub. Vader Mix, what's good, sir? Thank you for gifting that sub. We talked about on stream certain types of sponsorships that you think can be very effective for us as streamers in this kind of music category. What are some of your favorites that you've seen and ones we should keep our eye on?
As far as, I'm sorry, sponsorships, my favorite?
Yes, sponsors.
So I don't, any sponsor that pays is my favorite.
Preach.
I'm really about my money. I see the sponsorship conversation come up a lot. That is something that I'm really good at getting. Anyone who knows me knows like my history with bringing in brands. Um, I try to explain to people because I see like I'm gonna use Four Color Zach for example. He got the noodle sponsorship, and I saw a lot of DJs like he got a sponsorship. How do you get that? And first of all, Four Color Zach, he's a dope DJ. He has that audience. I believe he has 35K subscribers, so he's able to bring that in. But for everyone else, you'll see a sponsorship pop up here and there on different feeds. And so I try to tell people like don't get caught up in the theatrics of sponsorships because not everybody is getting a paid sponsorship. Sometimes people bring them up and it can be like a promotional thing, more specific, like a bartering of sorts, like, hey, you promote me and then I'll promote you by putting your logo here. I'm not saying that's the case with everyone, but again, don't get caught up in the theatrics of that.
Good, good. What about like not necessarily cash sponsorships, but like maybe media or some other ones that can be even more beneficial than cash?
Right. So if it's okay, then I'll just go through the different types of sponsorships.
Sure,
So there's
sure.
the financial sponsorships, of course. I'm sorry for the noise. All of a sudden, the hood wants to act up
I
when I get on
mean,
camera.
you're in
Um,
Compton, so we don't know what's going on,
no,
but go
I'm
ahead.
not actually. I'm actually in Hollywood right now.
Oh, see, even better, Hollywood, Hollywood. But anyways,
So there's financial sponsorships. There's media sponsorships where you know CNN, I'm sorry, that was the first thing that popped in my head. If they want to be associated with your brand, they'll approach you about being a media sponsor and pay whatever you're charging for you to promote them or vice versa. That's a media sponsorship. So it could be a media sponsor could be either financial or just, an exchanging of services. Then there's in-kind sponsorships where a brand might not necessarily have the budget to pay you, but they want to give you products so that you can do giveaways. Um, and then the final is like a promotional partnership, which is kind of like very similar to a media sponsorship. It's just, it's a very unique case of sponsorships. The other three are the main ones.
what like for someone like me, like I have the dating game, which is becoming very popular. We have Twitch U. If you were
Mhm.
just going to look, 40,000 square foot or feet view, where do you think I could benefit most from a type of sponsorship? We'll use me as like a test case.
So I would definitely go with the media sponsorships because, right now this is new, and so you want eyes on your brand, so as much promotion as you can get, you will only benefit and the numbers will grow based on that.
Yeah. And so media, like I want to try to figure out maybe, who's like writing about certain topics, whether it be live stream or like dating. Like maybe I hit up the one and say, is OK Cupid writing? They might want to talk about the show, kind of things like that is what you're speaking of, correct?
Correct. Correct.
Got it. Got it. If you're just starting out as a streamer, how can you position your stream and your brand to be most effective and attractive towards potential sponsors?
Um, First of all, if you're first starting out, you would need to have the numbers there. Now, I'm not saying you need to have 35K, but you need to at least, I mean, I tell everybody try to get to 10K. That is a hard number to reach, but once you get to 10K, you can cut out you have to you will be in a position where you'll do less of the grunt work basically. If you're somebody who's under 1,000, I would focus on just continuing to grow those numbers by um, engaging with your audience. Sorry, again, nerves hit me.
Mhm.
As far as getting the moats when that becomes available, I'm not a streamer, so I don't know exactly when that becomes available to you guys. But again, just focusing on what your craft is. So if it's being a DJ, I don't know if you're just starting out or if you're advanced. I don't know, but keep honing in on that. And basically, if you're chasing your passions, everything else will follow.
Okay, okay. So shout out Stevie loves you. Thank you for the follow. DJ Bro Rab. Hope I pronounced it right. Thank you for the follow. I want to talk about how you're not a streamer and you come onto Twitch and look at different streams. What first inspired you to start looking at Twitch and coming on Twitch and kind of networking around? What was the inspiration?
So, funny story. I was actually here for a work thing. I used to work at USC. So, one of my professors that I used to work with, he was hosting a conference of sorts with Arnold Schwarzenegger. And so I was just there. And so, when the conference let out, I was just like, what is this Twitch? And so I clicked on the music, and then I've been turned out ever since.
Turned out. When you look at streams, your input, because you've been around all different types of media, whether it be written, on TV, Instagram, Twitter, all that. When you look at a stream, what do you look at first, and what kind of catches your eye?
How do I say this without being shady? you know, um, so shout out to Mandy Faces. He's one of the DJs that's actually in the room. He's a hip hop historian. He's kind of taught me to or groom me to be into DJs who tell a story, who educate while they're DJing. And so I'll typically gravitate towards those types that are able to tell stories about past gigs, or tell you the history of a song, whatever it is. That actually stands out the most to
Good.
me. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I agree as well. What about it comes to networking? You're a phenomenal networker.
Yeah.
How can I think you are? Yes, I think we need to give, let's give ourselves some grace and be nice to ourselves and say, like, yes, you are. You've been networking for like 12, 13 years on this online platforms. What about people? Well, first of all, how have you been able to effectively network on Twitch?
I don't know. I can't even really explain it. Like, Kitty Bradshaw just turns on when I'm in a social setting. So, yeah, I don't really have any tips for that.
Okay. And if someone wanted to kind of emulate you and kind of be like, okay, well, I see how Kitty operates. I see how she builds relationships pretty quickly. What advice would you have for them?
Consistency, on Twitch, the basics, coming in and saying hello, speaking to people, be invested. This is, again, something that comes very natural to me. So, yeah, I wouldn't even know. Like, you'd have to ask the people in the room who actually engage with me, like, what is it that Kitty does that, other people don't?
Right. Okay, so I got a couple more for you.
Mhm.
One question would be, like, what are 3 things that we can do right now to start earning some revenue on Twitch outside of the subs and the bits and all that?
Outside of subs and bits. So first of all, going back to the sponsorships again, that's one thing. One of the things I encourage people to do is create a media kit. Even if you don't have someone to pitch currently in this moment, have that media kit ready to go. And what that means is, I'll go over what the media kit includes, but what you're doing with that media kit is basically, it's like your 5-minute pitch of yourself, but it's through words. So basically you're including your logo, your name. Hold on one second, because I have a list of things that I don't want to miss. So your bio. So sorry, that was the first thing I should have said. So your bio, your stats, clips of past performances, if you have that, examples of previous sponsored content, clearly, state clearly what you're asking for. So if I was a DJ, for example, sorry, well, I'm going to really get into this. So since I'm not a DJ, I don't know what your specific asks are. So I'm just going to guess. So you could either be looking for jobs. So for example, like if you're working with a brand who hosts events quite often and they bring in DJs and you are trying to figure out how to get in as far as working for them, that could be a part of your pitch within that media kit. So that could be one tier or one ask you can have in there, as well as asking them, hey, are you open to sponsoring my feeds? An example side note, we see a lot of the gamers getting sponsored. You can go and look at the gamer feeds and see. So for example, I just did a quick search yesterday. Intel computers, they're giving out computers to the gamers. Hello, DJs, do you not need a computer?
Yes, we do. Yes, keep going.
So that's one thing, but they're also paying people. So I would pitch Intel because one, they're already familiar with Twitch. A lot of people aren't. Go with those brands that are already familiar with Twitch. That'll cut out some of the work there. But then just straight up ask them like, hey, if you guys are ever in need of a DJ, or hey, I'm looking for sponsorships and you can sponsor me at these different levels. It could either be a complete takeover where it's for a full month, a day, a week, whatever it is. That's how you pitch them. So going back, so make sure you're clearly stating what you're asking for, and then also listing what the brand is getting in return. So if you have 10K followers, that's still, I don't know if that's quite enough, but what I suggest to people, like if you're there or if you're just below that 10,000 number, partnering with other DJs who are close to that number as well, so that you guys can all be packaged together to pitch these brands. But the money is out there.
It's out there. You mentioned a couple other brands too, like headphones, furniture, software. Like those are typical categories that we have an easy kind of pitch to them, correct?
Right. So I listed just off the top of my brand. So liquor brands are very, well, I don't want to say easy. They're easy to get a hold of because they're always out. You see them at clubs. Like for the DJs who work clubs, you're constantly coming across the brand coming in and doing setups or doing samplings or whatever it is, so the head media person might not necessarily be in the club that night, but you can ask them like, hey, I'm interested in partnering with you guys. Who's the contact? Boom, you get the contact and then shoot that media kit off. So liquor brands, equipment, I mentioned earphones because I've worked with earphone brands. They're always giving out earphones like yeah. We started on that. Computers, I have, like, from being a brand ambassador for Best Buy, I have so many computers. Like, I'm on a computer now that Best Buy gave me. Furniture, desk, chairs, whatever you need. One of the DJs mentioned mixers. I don't know if you could get a mixer because I don't know what the costs are. I'm sure you could pitch for one. I've just never seen it happen. And then also software. If you guys are using any type of software programs, you can reach up to startups. They always have disposable income that they can give for marketing. So yeah, those are people you can pitch.
I'm looking around like I got lights here, camera, monitor. I need a new chair. I'm ready to start pitching. So for sure. Twelp had a question because I think this will be good. So he says here, do you give personal advice on channels? Like if someone wanted you to critique their channel, I'm sure you would do that for a fee, correct?
Yes. So I consult on the side. Yes.
All right. Awesome. You've given us a lot of information today, and it's very good that we want to take some action on and report back to you. Any kind of parting thoughts or things we can do now to kind of get started for anyone that's in the chat?
So whenever you enter a platform, just make sure everything is up to par. So for example, your bio, your logo, if you have current headshots, like please don't use headshots from 20 years ago. A camera with good quality, just like the basics. A lot of people fail to meet that, but if you pursue those things and just get that foundation together, you're on your way.
Awesome. So we're going to put your link in the chat. When are you going to start streaming?
This month. And Stevie loves you, who's in the room. He's pressuring me like, get it together.
Yes, I think we all want to see you stream because we need to get this daily dose of PR and advice on a regular basis. So
my stream is going to be about travel. So, but yeah, I'm happy to help anyone who reaches out.
Awesome. We got your link in the chat. Thank you for coming by. We're going to have you back again. You've given us a lot of gems. I'm going to clip this so we can rewatch it because you talked about a lot of things and we need to start taking action. So props to you. Put some ones in the hearts in the chat for Kitty, and we'll see you soon.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Of course. Well done. All right, so we're good here. Let me get my little mouse action here. Awesome. Ones and hearts and chats. Thank you very much, Kitty. So next up, we got a quick chat with DJ Kova. I'm going to recognize some people. Stevie loves you. Thank you again for the follow. Heart in SD. Thank you for the follow. Cat Snacks. Thank you for the follow. All right, we're going to bring in my guy here, Kova. Kova Winfrey, we like to call him up in the building. What's good, Kova? Okay, so you're muted. We got to figure out your microphone there. Yeah, so we can't. Okay, so we'll do that. So we got Kova here and then 360's right behind. So go ahead, try it again. See, we can't hear you. What's going on? Even Kova. Let's see you. Yeah. Nope, can't hear you. Jerome Baker III, thank you for the follow. Yeah, Kitty's in the chat there, so make sure you kind of hit her up. Did you mute? Mike, that's a fancy mic there too. It's real pretty. So go ahead, keep working on it. We'll let you know. Keep going. All right, so hold on, make a couple announcements while I work with Kova here. Just want to share with you all. Let's look here and see a couple of announcements. So tomorrow, like I was saying before, best 16 new edition songs, NCAA bracket style, 8 p.m. on the channel. Excited about that one. Which new edition song will be the best one? And then which is Wednesday, 7:30 p.m. We have the Twitch dating game. That's our bachelor up top there, Seth Maddock, who's a streamer. So he'll be there 7:30 p.m. on the Amani Experiences channel. Our guest host is Melissa Majors, who's super dope. So those are a couple of announcements there. Let's see here. So Kova went out. He's going to come back in a moment. So yeah, props, Kitty. Good job. Cool, DJ Frank. Good to see you. Thank you for those bits. We'll see when Kova comes back because I want to get to him really quickly, and then we're going to spend the rest of our evening with 360, who, props to her, was a amazing candidate 2 weeks ago for the Twitch dating game. All right, so let's see if Kova is back there. He does have an amazing mic traffic view. So let's see here. All right, so we'll try it again. Nope. Okay. He says he thinks he knows. There you go. That's better.
That's the backup mic. You got the backup to the backup. You see
It's all right. It's all right. You bob and weave.
Bob and weave.
What's good?
Going on? What's up, family? How's everybody? Amani, thank you for having me on, sir. How are you?
Of course. So we got to talk about a couple of things. I think first thing is the boot camp, and then I want to talk about your game show really quickly. So tell us. Okay. So go ahead. Start us off.
Yo, man. So listen, guys, we have one last week. We're going to be doing enrollments. I think it's the 3rd week of March. We're going to be doing streaming boot camp. You guys can't miss it. We just had an alumni of 12 students that have taken our course. One of the main things that I think is really, really important to note here is that a lot of them had never really reached affiliate. Some of them were beginner, intermediate, advanced. A lot of them got their first check. I don't know. A lot of people don't talk about that, but they got their first check. They learned how to monetize. They got their emotes, and now they have their community, which is really, really cool. And some of them are on their path to partner. So Amani too is like this. Like he could taste it. He could taste it. It's right there. He's nipping at it. So it's a really, really cool program. If you guys haven't seen it, make sure you check it out. It's streamingbootcamp.com.
Yeah, I dropped the link in the chat. So go ahead.
Yeah. So one of the things I want to let people know is it's not a one and done. It's 6-week course. Amani he's one of the best. So when we linked up together, it's a 6-week course in a sense where you have your first week where that's the class. 4 weeks you get busy. We give you homework. Everybody has different homework. The class helps each other. They follow each other. They support each other on their streams, and you start to build a community. And what's great is every week somebody gets better because we give you different assignments: 1st week, 2nd week, 3rd week, 4th week, and then for the 6th week, because technically it's 4 after the first one, you come back and we finalize it and we close out all the questions you have. And what's awesome is we've had people like DJ Caramel, Controversial, Eyes in the building. I see her in there. And Pudgy. I mean, it's so many. DJ Alier. And all these people are really just taking off, man. And we're so proud of them. And you got a hype train just in the middle of that. I guess people got so excited. So excited. It was can you hear me? I don't know. You can't hear it because I don't have it looped in. Yeah, man. So we're really excited to do it. We got 1 week left. Now, the reason why I say 1 week left is not for registration, but it's going to go back to full price.
Right.
So right now, we're giving a major discount. Make sure you check that out. It's just a great thing. It's an investment in yourself. And what's great is a lot of people that did it last time, because nobody had done it before, right? We were pretty much the first to do it. They said, I didn't know what I was doing. I just kind of like wanted to do it. And then when they said, oh, I got my first check, it was like, it became a real thing. And they were like, I invested in myself or whatever. And here's the thing, guys. You can learn on YouTube. You can learn. And some people, don't need it. But if you're the person who's stuck, you plateaued, or you're too scared to do it, think about it. You get 2 people that have like really gone through it. And we also have guest speakers that know more than us. Mm-hmm. So, you know what I mean? And at that time, I had just turned partner and stuff like that. And I've learned so much sense. So we're excited to teach you guys. I mean, Amani, what do you want to say that?
Well, I mean, Kova said it all. I will say that this path to kind of partner is very interesting, but we can advise you on that. What we're learning, I'm learning live because you apply, you get the client. It's very interesting, but it's some great lessons in there, and I just love it. I love teaching. I love that the fact that DJI's just made affiliate, so that's like the progress. So congrats. Let us know what emotes you're going to get up there, DJI's.
We
So
love
there,
it.
I got to shout out people. Studio Chatter, thank you for the bits. DJ Boleg, thank you for the bits. 360, thank you for those bits. Eclipse, Mr. 64 gigabytes, thank you for those bits. Ames, thank you for those bits. Miss JB, thank you for those bits. NYC Dope, thank you for gifting that sub. So we'll talk about that more. Also talk to us about DJ Droopy. Thank you for those bits, sir.
Droopy.
Tell us about your Twitch has got talent. Tell us about that.
So we started this show. So here's the thing, guys. It's really, really interesting. Amani and I have we could talk for 3 hours, so we try to condense it. We actually give time limits to each other. So one of the things I noticed was that everything's split on Twitch for the music department. We're about 5%. People can argue about that, but we're about 5% from all the data I've researched. But that 5% is split in three. It's performers, anybody who performs anything, singer, guitarist, etc. There's producers that are somewhere in the middle, and then there's DJs. The producers in the middle where they mess with the performer and they mess with the DJ, but the DJ and the performer are like this. And Amani's one of the few forward-thinking people that's interviewed a lot of performers. So what I did was I created a Talent on Twitch show where we kind of showcase a lot of the talent that's on there, and we wanted DJs to be exposed to it. So we did a crazy-ass show that almost didn't happen. I'll be 100% honest with you. I was ripping my hair out. Y'all can try to do it, and I advise you, and I challenge you. I want to see what y'all gonna do, but it was not easy. And we pulled the show together, and we had Mackie sponsor it. Dude, they gave away about $2,500 worth of stuff. At the end, we tallied up because they gave us more of a budget, and then they gave us more of a budget. And what happened was the anticipation of the excitement. We had the Boom Bap Kids did a halftime show.
I love it.
And we just showcased them, man, and it was a beautiful, beautiful thing. The DJs totally embraced them. There was no trolls. I mean, that's the beautiful thing about our community. Shout out to the Amaniacs, right? Is that
there you go? Yes.
That they, they're like such good people, great souls. Shout out to everybody in here. I see you guys. I'm gonna shut you on in a second, but and same thing with our TMT community. They were very respectful. We peaked at 618. We broke that 600 mark, which we had been whatever. So, we had done 300, we had done 400, we broke 500 a couple times. And then we broke 618, which is funny, Amani, because this is interesting. Armin van Buuren was playing on his channel. Insomniac had their channel, which is they do festivals. And we were number 3, and we went, 200, 300, 400, boom, past Armin van Buuren, and then we passed Insomniac. Insomniac. And then Twitch was actually in the chat. They were like, wait, what's going on here?
I love it. So
yeah.
I want to shout out to people. Studio Chatter, thank you for the bits. Ames05, thank you for the bits. DJ Daja, thank you for those bits. We're 39% a level 2. So Christoph, you asked a quick question. I'm gonna answer it, and then I got to shout out some more people. So for me, I've applied twice and haven't got it yet. So I'm just waiting now. I'm gonna be patient. Kova's coaching me along very well. So I just want to answer that question. Now, Kova.
Yes, sir.
I have 4 people in the audience that I'm going to nominate to appear on the next Twitch's Got Talent. First person, who is an amazing lyricist, is Dawn Perrion. So I think she might still be here if she's not streaming. She needs to be on that show. She can drop down some lyrics. So Dawn P is 1. Number 2, I'm not sure if she's here right now. Miss Tiff Star. She can drop some bars also. That's number 2. Number 3. Nerd Chris, I think she's here. She's an amazing singer, like opera style singer. She needs to be on the show. And then 4th, and not last but not least, Lainey Starr. She's like a dope poet, spoken word. I think she would be good. So those are the 4 I'm calling out right now to appear on the show. I'm ready for them to step up.
I love it. Listen, I would love for them to tell them to reach out to me, guys. We only have 1 minute left on this level 2 hype train, guys. We gotta bring this home. This guy's bringing a lot of value here. So, what I want to do is, So I would definitely say, guys, make sure you, hit me up. We'd love to have you on. What's funny is we didn't anticipate having 2 on, but we did. You know what I mean? And the second we were done, we were like, oh, wait a minute. We're gonna do a second one.
So thank you, sir. Kova's in here multitasking, dropping 5 packs.
No, man, we gotta get this excited. Come on, chat. I put my money where my mouth is. Let's go.
5-piece. Let us know what side items you like. We got plantains.
Oh,
we
he
got
always give me
rice. we got all
Fortunately, every time I'm fasting, this guy starts talking about greens. I'm like, oh, come on, man. Mashed potatoes. I'm like, come on, man.
So cool. We're at level 4 now. 100 bits.
Level 4, guys. Let's go.
Vanessa, thank you for those bits. YAT Anderson, thank you for those bits. All right. Anything else you want to share with us, Kobe, before we get on to 360?
Yeah, really quickly. Well, shout out to 360. Shout out to our family here. Really quickly, guys. This Friday, man, I have a 30-second story that you guys got to hear. So there's a friend of mine that I heard lost his vision 2 years ago. So he's blind. And the other day I go on Instagram and he's playing. He's literally playing live to Instagram. So I called him today and he's going through some financial hardship. I'm not trying to get money for him or anything. But I am going to have him on my show on Friday. And it speaks near and dear to me because my brother has vision problems. Okay. So my younger brother. So I'm going to make sure that I wanted to bring him on. And I told him, I said, yo, I'm going to get you on this Twitch thing. So I'm really committed to getting him on. And I want to make sure that people follow him, and I want to do a lot of stuff. But you guys got to hear his story because this guy's a survivor, man. And he's a young guy. I think he's maybe 40, and father of 3, and he's going through it. So we want to welcome him to this Twitch community. We want to show him a lot of love. I'm probably going to go to his house and set him his OBS and everything, and we want to invite him over there. So he set up his account now, and I invite you Friday, 1 p.m. Eastern time, 10 a.m. Pacific. Our channel, and we'd love for you to come support.
Awesome. So, Kova, thanks for coming through. We're going to
thank you so much.
Hype train. We'll see you. You're streaming again Wednesday, right? Wednesday.
I'm streaming again on Wednesday, 1 p.m. Eastern time, 10 a.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. UK. Let me just go a couple shout outs. I see everybody. Songbird 99, I see you. Flossy DJ, what up? DJ Bird 99. Who else? Holly B. Who else we got on here? Twomp the DJ. What up, Twomp? Lisa the X. Who else we got on? Holly B.
Yeah.
I keep saying all.
We're going to help DJ Droopy get to 1,000 followers. I think he might be 1 away. So if you haven't followed him yet.
I'm going to follow Droopy right now. Let's give him his 1,000, guys. Let's all do it.
1,000 right now.
I have Fran right now. I just did it.
Yes.
Let's do it. Yo, let's move this hype train too. Oh,
there you go. Songbird, thank you for that 3-piece. What side items would you like? Let me think here. We got hot chocolate. We got special brownies. We got a little sweet potato pie. We got collard greens. You let me know what side items you like, Holly. Thank you, NYC Dope, for that gifted sub too. We're at 96%, level 4. Lisa the X, thank you for those bits. Now we're level 5. Here we go.
Look at that, level 5. Let's go, family. Let's go. Yo, Amani, thank you so much. Guys, make sure you put that link for the streamingbootcamp.com. We'd love to have you in there. It's only last 7 days for our discount. We're giving a crazy-ass discount just to kind of wrap it up because we already have everybody else signed up. And after that, we're having our class. Amani, anything you want to add to that? Come on, man.
Yeah, I know. I talked about all the time. So we good. I'll let you talk. We good.
All right. I'll see you guys Wednesday. I'll see you guys Friday. Yo, Friday, please come by. His name is Ed Swift, man. We'd love to show him some love. We want to show him how much Twitch is a good community, and we want to help our people that are disabled. Okay?
Ooh, awesome.
All right. Thank you, guys. Peace. See you guys. Peace.
All right. Later.
Take care.
All right, shout out you. Put those Tweak Music tip emotes up and ones in the chat for that. Let's see here. Epic, thank you for those bits. Where we at? 7%, level 5. I think 360 can come on here. And as we finish up this hype train, we're going to do that also. Hold on, we're going to do a little checking here. 7% for 4 minutes left. Ty, thank you for those bits. Droopy, let's put Droopy's link in the chat again for DJ Epic and everyone else. So we'll put it in the chat really quickly so we can all follow him. Ty, thank you for those bits. YAT Anderson, thank you for those bits. We're 24%. Cruising right along. All right, 360, I'm going to bring you on. You can help me with this. Maybe you can help me with Tita's voice. Do this do this hype trade because 360 has lots of different skills and aliases. You want to bring Tita out to do the hype trade? Ames, the class is 349. You can whisper me, Ames. It's 349 right now. Yes, we have our own Discord. Okay, let's see. Here we go. Go ahead, Tita.
Oh, you want me to be Tita? I see Destiny's Child 1984 and Kitty Bradshaw. Was that little Miss Ruthie, DJ Don Juan for life, only for life, and that I got DJ Epic. What is a Epic? Like something wrong with your teeth? Congratulations to Droopy. I think Droopy hit his number.
Yes,
also,
he did.
I have my sister, Miss GB, and Miss Lynn Square. Yes. She's here. And the Tweak Music tips, that guy, he talks too much. I have to wait over here for too long. That guy, I said, okay, I'm supposed to go on at 6:30, but that guy with the beard and my bro, he's talking too much. I said, I told my prince that I'm going to go on at 6:30, but he's still talking.
Yes.
Thanks
Yes.
God he's gone.
All right, where we at? We're 57%, level 5. We got 2 minutes left. Shell 19. Thank you for gifting those 2 subs out. Let us know what side item you'd like. What we got? We got Don Juan for life. Thank you for those bits. That's hilarious.
People are like, does she really talk like that?
No, she doesn't. No, she doesn't.
Like, oh shit, we got somebody straight from the Philippines.
Yes. Music tips. Thank you for those bits. Where we at? We're almost done here. 61%, level 5. I think we bring it home.
You guys, we have 1 minute and 45 seconds left.
Yes.
I see Tickle My Kegels over there. That's my sister.
Yes.
Don't worry about the beef curtains, or the roast beef. She who can play Jason. I've seen him in my stream, but he does not come back anymore. I don't know why.
Maybe he's a little intimidated by you. Maybe he's a little intimidated by you.
I think so. You guys were only at the 61%. What is wrong with you? You're enjoying a nice show from Amani Experience, but you're not giving any bits. All of you guys, bits right now. Lots of bits. Just bits.
YT Anderson, thank you for the bits.
You have to make it rain. You have to do like this with the bits.
Yeah. People are getting flashbacks to their mother-in-law. They're like, "Ooh, is my mother-in-law around?" That's what they're thinking. All right,
DJ, how come? Oh, I see DJ Eyes. What about? Is it both of the eyes, or is there's a nose and eyes, nose and a mouth?
Yes.
Or just the eyes?
Yo. Oh, Flossie, thank you for the bits. Yo, baby, thank you for those bits. We're at 69%. 30 seconds left. We're coming out.
You guys, who's going to take it home?
Thank you for those bits. Keep going, everyone. Keep going.
You have 20 seconds.
Yes, we have 20 seconds.
Hurry. Halika, come on.
Thank you, Tweak Music Tips, 73%. We got 10 seconds left. Thank you, Christina. What's up?
My God.
It's like, it's okay.
That's it. We're going. Oh, shit.
Yes. Thank y'all for that work on the hype train. DJ 360, welcome to Twitch University.
Thanks for having me back.
Oh, yes.
Well,
So,
back on your stream.
Of course.
Different show.
If you weren't aware, 360 was a candidate on the dating show last week. I'm not sure if we're going to have the recap on Wednesday or another day, so we're figuring that out now. Mm-hmm. But first of all, we always ask everyone, where does your DJ name come from?
From records. When I first started, and I was getting good enough that I had to consider a DJ name. I was collecting vinyl, and at that time it was Grand Puba's 360. What goes around comes back around again.
Yep.
Yeah, so pretty much that record. I stared at the cover and I was like, "This is my name. This has to be it because it's karma. What goes around comes around." So.
Yeah. So we're not going to tell your age, but you've been DJing for over 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
What inspired?
Yeah, that's what Kitty Bradshaw said. Don't be using your headshots from 20 years ago. I guess I need to update that. I'm still using my headshot from 20 years ago. Thanks, Kitty Bradshaw.
Yeah, it's okay. We all have, works in progress. What inspired you to hop onto Twitch and start streaming here?
Well, I think it's like a lot of other people. We're looking for a connection and some way to engage with people while we're in lockdown. When I jumped on, it was, I think, the end of May or something like that, somewhere around May. And it was all new to us, like having to stay home and not be able to go out. No more gigs. That's done. Even my 9 to 5, we were working from home. So we were home. And everybody that's when all the wave of DJs went into Twitch, and I was like, okay, well, I should probably jump onto. I really wanted to, because that would keep me doing the thing that I love and things that I was used to doing, minus the travel.
Right.
So
Like just how DJ Droopy, he manages a 9 to 5 and you do also. How has, because you're a creative designer, how does
mhm.
that help you with your Twitch kind of work and DJing? How does that kind of marry itself to each other?
Well, it makes it easier. I don't have to ask other people to create assets for me, logos or Kitty touched on it earlier, um, merch.
Hmm.
Getting some real graphic work. I'm not a graphic art. I mean, I used to, but that's not what I do now. But I have those skills because I've done jobs like that in the past. It's very helpful, but it's a gift and a curse because at the same time I don't want to do it for myself.
Yeah.
I want to do worry about DJing and streaming rather than creating assets and media. So it is a little laborious, or even doing my overlays and things like that. All of that stuff I do on my own. I don't outsource any of that. Like my logos are done by myself. Like I get all my merchandise printed,
Nice.
flyers, all of that stuff. So
And you stream like 3 or 4 days a week. How do you manage your time between a full-time job and streaming so often and making preparations for your sets?
it's hard. You have to really. So now I'm using Google Calendar to keep myself on schedule. I have to, like, I'm being asked to do raid trains or appearances like this on by a number of different people. So I have to manage a calendar. I block that time out for, okay, so if I want to create a new overlay or do something new, I'll actually put that in the calendar for me to work on, or else, it's going to be hard for me to get done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you could go back to like the middle of May when you first started to stream and maybe do something differently or change the way you approached it, what would you change?
Um, Starting off with a PC first, but those are things that I didn't know. I'm a Mac person, so everything that I had is Mac. But in order to do really cool things on a stream, um, Mac was not able to handle that. But once I moved to PC, which I was very apprehensive about, man, that opened up a whole world for me because I was able to do a lot of cool things on green screen, do a lot of effects, and do a lot of scene switching. When I did that on my Mac, it was like Thanos when he snapped his fingers and then I turned into particles. That's what it looked like, and it was messy. It was a mess.
In the past, when you've given an interview, you kind of gave a quote from Tupac in terms of past advice you would give yourself, and the quote was, "I don't want it if it's that easy." How can you apply that to your Twitch journey?
Um, yeah, I mean, all of those things were lessons, right? Like now I could learn from those mistakes and help other streamers, because what I know now, going through all of that stuff, oh my gosh, like now I can explain why you need to get this thing or do this, and possibly do it in a specific order. Um, because some streamers are like, okay, well, all I need is just this, this, and this, and I'm good to go. And then find out maybe they've wasted money on cheaper equipment, or that they didn't get the right stuff, or they got too much or too little, and end up spending too much time and a lot of money on stuff.
Speaking of lessons, like what are some of the more valuable lessons you've learned kind of in this Twitch atmosphere? Because we talk about Twitch a lot on the show and like streamers and how to get better. What have been some of your most valuable lessons?
Um, Most valuable, it really is staying calm when something goes bad, and things still go bad. Um, I was having trouble with my OBS studio, and I know before the whole Twitch thing, if it happened at a gig, I would semi freak out and be like, "What happened? What's going on?" Like I was on needles, so if my needles were dirty or it wasn't reading, I would freak out. And now it's just like, oh, something's wrong. hold on, let me fix it, and I've got a great team to support the channel, which is very helpful, and everybody should have a good team. They hold it down. Even my VIPs who are not mods, they're like, when the mods aren't there, they're like, they step in. That's how great it is. So, building a community is really important, and then having a good team. They're all in here. Can I give a shout out to
Of
them?
course, go
They're
ahead.
my Voltron mods, J Lust, Tickle My Soul, Lens Squared, and Ms. JB. My other mod is actually doing a podcast right now too. So,
Okay. Yeah. Awesome.
they hold it down. They hold it down for sure.
Let's kind of go back really quickly and discuss like the beginning of your DJ career. And if I brought in Richard, and said he was going to be on stream, which was your old girl's boyfriend, what would you say to him?
Wait, back it up. What? Wait, what? My homegirl's boyfriend?
Yeah, Richard, who was one of your early mentors. And I was to bring him on stream and say, what would you say to him?
Thank you. Like, and I was able to say that, like, yeah, the lessons that he had given me to learn how to DJ, and mind you, it was so long ago that we didn't have this technology of like, phase and Serato or controllers, none of that. It was all analog. It was vinyl. So you have to use your ear, like, and everybody should start that way.
Yes.
If you're gonna try to DJ, don't get on this digital stuff. Go and pull some of these things over here. They're called records.
Yes.
And do that. And well, I think I'm going on a tangent, but I would tell her, Richard, thank you. I hugged him real tight, and I asked him, I said, well, are you proud of me? And he's like, I'm really proud of you, because he saw me at an actual gig, and I had not seen him for over a decade.
Wow.
When
Amazing.
Yeah.
What advice do you give other people who see you on Twitch and like, 360, I want to start to DJ like you do. How can I get started? But maybe they're afraid or scared. What do you say to them?
I don't know about like I really wouldn't know what they would be afraid of, because it could be a number of things. It could be like stage fright. Okay, like being in front of a camera is very odd. And even for me was very odd. I'm used to DJing and doing all of this, but it's usually with live audiences, and that's how you react or interact with the people in the venue. Whereas here, it's like I'm talking to you, but I'm not. I'm in a room by myself, which was really odd at first. And I'm very social, and I'm just that personality. I could turn on. I'm a performer, so I'm used to it. But being in front of a camera was a very, very strange thing. It was like, what am I? Do I look right, or where do I look? It was weird. If it's fear that their skills are not quite there, you know what? Actually, doesn't matter, because let me tell you, even as long as I've been DJing, I swear to God, being on Twitch made me a better DJ. I will come out of the quarantine a better DJ.
And tell us, how did that happen? That's a great, thank you for sharing. Go ahead.
Sure. A whole bunch of things. Like, so when you're out in the real world, and you're at a gig, you got like an AV guy. You got people to, like, if things shut down on you, they're going to be there to help you. In most venues, making mistakes, train wrecking, it happens. Sometimes your blends won't go, or you try to do a trick and it didn't sound right. Your OBS shuts down, or like for me, I was getting a buzzing feed into my feed, and I didn't know why, or my camera was messed up. And that could happen all at once. Like, everything I said could happen all at once. And I got pretty close to having all of it happen at once. But the thing is that like you kind of have to be your own tech person, your own AV person. You're setting everything up on your own. Um, so skills, like I was able to try new things and just go with it because it's the audience is forgiving, and sometimes they don't even notice that you mess up. Um, and so it's just like, okay, well, I'm going to get adventurous, and you get really comfortable. And then after time, you get even more comfortable with your equipment. You get comfortable with working with your tech. You kind of become intimate with your studio or your surroundings, whatever your studio entails. Um, so I think that that's what that is. And again, you take a lot of risks with music selection. You take risks with, getting new equipment or being on something that you're not familiar with. So I think that that's how I'm better. And I'm on Twitch more often and DJing more often, doing different things and playing different genres. That I feel like I'm more versatile, and it's like practice. It's more practice for me. So
Yeah.
and that's always the key. No matter how good you are, how long you've been DJing, you still need to practice. You still need to be on here. Like if you know how to scratch, you need to still practice scratching. Just because you know how to do it doesn't mean you're gonna. It's not always like a bike. You have to keep those skills fresh.
Agreed. Shout out DJ White Gold. Thank you for those 1,000 bits.
White Gold! I love him.
We love
Hi,
him too.
White Gold.
Tickle My Soul. Thank you for those bits. And then Nell 110. Thank you for the follow.
Hey.
You work in the tech industry. I'm really curious to know, since you started streaming, what's been the piece of technology that you can no longer live without?
No, well, it's not that I can't live without it, but I really like my Stream Deck. My Stream Deck is awesome. That is really cool. Because I could switch things around. I could do being a streamer or DJ streamer. There's a whole bunch of things that are going on at once, like I said. So you've got to also produce your own show, which means like if you have different scenes in your collection, you want that to like keep switching, or if you want to switch to a thing, or you have a different scene. Like for me, I do a special thing with my mods where I do squad intros. So each of them have a special, like they have their own emotes. They have like, we shout them out. It's like a whole thing. So when I switch to that, like it's easier to have the Stream Deck to just like have it go, or use a scene switcher, which is really awesome. So that it looks like your stream is more polished and more produced. But you have to queue up music, you have to mix the music, you have to watch your chat, you have to shout out chat, you have to like check everything that's going on, and monitor everything. So you're really like an octopus. You need all these hands to be like, and all these eyes. It's multitasking at its best. Doing this, yeah.
How are you able to learn how to do that? Because that's a skill that is we had
doing it often.
Yes.
Doing this often. That's what I mean. Like I feel like I could be a better DJ because before, like being at a venue, it's like sometimes I'd be in a zone and on stage, there's a lot of people. I'm pretty sure you see like in the DJ booth, there's all the homies hanging out, or groupies or whomever, and they're distractions. And when that happens, like it's just like, don't bother me, I'm trying to figure this and this out. But if you put me back in that environment today, I'd be like, I could do like 2 things over here and then still talk to the homie and like do all this stuff, like have a drink and everything, and then rock the mic. That's another thing I didn't have before. Mic skills. I get on the mic, like in Vegas, you do more mic work than you do out in California, that I've noticed, because we usually have an MC. But now I could say, hey, I could MC my own set.
Yes, you can.
Do all of this stuff, so that's what I mean by like a whole bunch of stuff going on. And then the fact that I do this so often now that it's starting to become natural. Because even though I'm on stream, it's still practice to me. Not every stream is the same. Not everything's going to go the same way. there's always going to be that one thing that might throw you off.
Yes.
Yeah.
Where does shout out? Let me see here. What's up, Gal Cloud? Good to see you.
Down Cloud.
Where is streaming going to fit into your schedule when things open up again? Because I know you would go to Vegas at least 2-3 weekends a month.
Yeah.
How is this going to fit into your new schedule?
Well, I guess that depends if I'll be out every weekend. Who knows what that's going to look like? Because here's the thing. Just because we open back up again doesn't mean that the venues are going to be the same. And what I mean by that is because Vegas used to be a lot of mega clubs, or whatever city you're in, if you've got a downtown and you've got the bigger clubs there, like it's not going to be like that anymore. A lot of those venues even closed like during the pandemic, out for business. I know the Federal Bar in Long Beach is shut down. And that was a big venue.
Yeah.
But a lot of Vegas is turning into lounge, and with the social distancing and things like that. So the mega clubs, like if they can't fill and have that kind of capacity that they used to, because of whatever regulations it is, they have to pivot and figure out a different type of venue once this all opens up. So who knows what that's going to look like. But for me to fit streaming in, it would be after work or lunchtime. That's what I'm doing now, in fact.
Yeah.
So I will turn on daytime at lunch for an hour and a half, and then be done. And then maybe come back at night if I need to stream some more. And then weekends when I have time. It's crazy because I'm always doing something. It's like I barely get to sit on my couch and watch my TV, my WandaVision, and all that stuff.
Yeah. You started in like late May, and you kind of start to grow. You go at a pretty nice pace, and eventually, I think you got partnered like a month and a half ago.
Almost about 2 months. Almost 2 months ago. 2 months ago.
Yeah. So how did you kind of go along that path? How did you work it so you weren't stressed out? What was your mindset?
It was stressful. It was so stressful. I think it was just a natural progression, just building with people. So I think that that's key. Just like what you're doing, just build relationships with people. Hopefully without the intent of like, okay, you're going to help me get partner, but you build good relationships. You get people to help get you there because they want to. And it's really, having good content. It really is content. Like you could maybe not play the type of music everybody wants to hear, or maybe you're playing for yourself, but it's just really like how you rock it, how you enter it. Like when someone comes into your room, are you giving them an experience? And will they come back? And I think that I started to really work on that. Like, how can I really engage with people? I have a really great team that like people say, oh, when I go to your stream, it's always warm welcome. Your mods are great. And you're great. And it's like, well, because that's the experience we want to create for people. So having really good content is number one. And then also networking, building with people. I did not want partner, not like some people do, or most. It was like, okay, well, I want the numbers. It was really me, because I'm very competitive. What I wanted was to prove to myself, hey, I think I could do this. Like whether I get partner or not, that's fine. I mean, it'd be nice to, but it wasn't like I'm on a partner push. I'm trying to get there. Like this is my goal. I want that. I want that purple check. It was, can I make those numbers? Can I even get there? Can I be eligible? So that's how I went about it. And I went about it for, those months that, how long was it? 6 to 8 months.
Yeah. Probably about 8 months. Yeah. 8, 9 months.
Yeah, about that. And I would check. I started like when I got close, that number, I was just like, I'm right there. I'm right there. And that's when it became stressful. And so I was like, okay, I'm not going to even look at it. It's fine, because it's not something that I would think to apply. And once I got to that point, I was like, I don't think I am going to. So if you like tuned into my show or like any podcast from back then, I was like, I don't, even if I get the button, I'm not going to apply. And people are like, you're crazy. Why would you not? Blah, 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 you know? And I'm like, because it doesn't hold value to me, or didn't yet. I just wanted to know I had that number. Once we hit it, I was just like, oh, wow. I hit the number, you know, and we celebrated, but everybody was like, yay, congrats on partner. I was like, hold on. I said I have partner numbers.
Right.
Not partner yet, you know. And then I go into Neil Jackson's room for BRL.
Right.
And he's like, did you apply? And I'm like, no. And he's like, don't be a wuss. Like, that seems to be his term of endearment for me. He's like, don't be a wuss, Jinky. Don't this and that. Like, and I was just like, wow, I feel attacked. Like, I should go apply.
Yes.
So yeah, so I did. But like the waiting game, that was stressful. Oh, that was bad.
How did you manage the stress? Like, how did you get over it? Because it is a stressful process. If people like are, and it's kind of for the same reason as you, just to, like, you set a goal. I just want to get eligible and then see what happens.
Yeah.
How'd you manage the stress?
I did other things. You know, I thought about it a lot. I talked with my mods a lot about it. But really, it was just a waiting game. I mean, there's nothing that I can do until I get that email. And I didn't get the email. Well, I got the email. I didn't know I got the email.
It went to your spam.
Yeah, it went to my spam. And I was denied. So, I was just like, why is it taking so long? Like, are they sitting there like, we're not quite sure. Let's, like, I'm imagining in some boardroom and they're like, let's see. Is she worthy? I don't know. Let's torture her and let her wait. But in reality, I had the email and it was a denial letter. Well, I mean, it's not really denial. It was just like, well, we want to watch your channel.
Yep.
You know, that I think that is also a generic email, but probably generated by a bot. So I was just like, okay, I found the email, and I had to talk with Audio One because he was kind of consulting while I was there in that space. I was just like, you know, what do I do? How does it work? And so when I told him, I was like, oh, I got the email, I got denied. And he's like, just keep going. And I'm like, nah, I don't want to do this again. I do not want to do this again. So yeah, it was one of those things. And I was bummed. I talked to my mods and they're like, you know, they gave me the greatest pep talk. They're the best. And I just went about my business. And that was that. So, and then you're probably wondering, how did I get it?
Well, so first of all, Ames asked a question here. Maybe you can answer too. I don't quite know like why it takes so long. It just is what it is. They're probably really busy, overwhelmed with applications, you know, all due respect. And so they just, I don't know. And so they do that. So continue, like, what happened? You probably forgot about it. And then did it just happen one day, or you reapply, or kind of, you know?
Yeah. No, I was kind of in a weird place. So I started off saying, hey, you know what? I just want the partner numbers. And then something happens to your psyche when you're there. And then when you're there and then you apply. And when you apply and you're waiting and then waiting to get denied, you get denied and you're like, fuck this shit. Fuck Twitch. Fuck all this bullshit. I'm just gonna, you know, and then I even said, man, fuck it, I ain't gonna stream anymore. Gosh, that sounds bad, huh? But yeah, I was like, I'm gonna take a break. That was too much for me just to get denied, you know, and I was doing charity streams. I was like raising a ton of money. Like, I mean, relative to what other streamers were doing, I was really in there trying to do a lot of fundraisers and give back to the community. So I was like, okay, as a streamer, I am having fun. I'm doing good. I'm giving back. You know what I mean? That's a whole part of community and building. That's what I'm talking about. Not just to be in it for me and to be somebody on Twitch. I was like, okay, how can I use this platform, and do good? So I was like, this would be great for, it was like a college freaking application. I was like, okay, I did all these extracurricular activities. Why don't I should be partner? So it messed with me. And I was like, man, I don't know what that is. And Audio One was like, it's probably a bot, just try again, because it tells you can reapply again at a certain date. And I was like, man, forget it. I don't want to deal with it. I'm good where I'm at. And after some time, after I let some of those emotions go, I said, I'll just keep doing me. I enjoy my community. Just because I got denied, I'm kind of going against what I was saying. And that's because of that, the mind fuck that happens when you go into partner or trying to get that partner check. So it does. I mean, that's just real talk. I didn't want it. Then when you get there, it messes with you. So what happened was, I continued to stream. I did all this stuff. And again, I was looking through my junk mail because some email gets sifted that way. So I will look through my junk mail, and I saw a Twitch email. And I had thought, when I was waiting for that partner email, I thought I put Twitch, all the Twitch emails as the safe sender, because I have high filters in one of my email boxes. And there it was in the junk mail box. And I was like, is this a real Twitch email, or
is it spam?
Yeah, or is it spam? Because I see some of those and I'm like, that's not a Twitch email, that, whatever. And it's also in my junk mail. I made Twitch a safe sender, or any of the emails that came in, any correspondence, I put that in safe. So I was like, so what is this? And I was like, it's like, let me just open it. I won't click on anything, but let me just open it and see what it says. And it was an invitation to partner.
Interesting.
So that was, very interesting. I was like, what is this real? And so that's when I started investigating. I hovered over links and I was like, okay, well, if this messes up my computer and I open myself to the dark web, I'm going to try, because I was really curious. And sure enough, it led me to my dashboard, and then it presented me with the partner conditions or terms and stuff like that.
Yeah. You have described the experience so detailed and accurate with your emotions and just how you were. I have to commend you, because I'm right in the middle of what you are. Like, I think I've been denied now twice. Or I was like, forget this. I think I was talking to one of my friends on Friday. I was like, you know what? I'm kind of over this. Like, I'm really kind of discouraged. And then I think I talked to my friend, and I think I talked to Neil Jackson, and he was talking about this. And then
did he call you a wuss too?
And he didn't kind of come at me that way. No, he didn't call it that. Not yet, maybe. And then I talked to like Kova and some other people. And then you kind of take a minute, just how you said, you take time, just kind of let it breathe or let it sit. They're like, you know what? I'm having fun. I love doing like Twitch U, the dating game, and my slow jam. So I'm just going to just try to not worry about as much and just kind of keep going. And I heard a similar story about how once you're in like the database, they can give it to you at any time, even if they send you decline letters. So it's true. You describe that so
I'm not the only one that's happened to.
Yeah.
Apparently. Because when I started sharing the story, it's like, oh, that happened to so-and-so too. And I was like, well, Jesus, are they doing this to mess with our emotions?
It's crazy. So that's phenomenal story. Thank you for sharing in such detail.
Of course. I think that it's a good story for people who want partner. I mean, and it's great. I'm not saying I don't want partner because at the time it didn't hold much value, because I was just like, well, we're all doing the same thing. But it's special. I'm not gonna downplay it.
Mhm.
But if anybody really wants to get there, I will say that it's like, don't give up, really. Who was really awesome besides Audio One? DJ Flips was really encouraging. Um, and Real DJ Yoshi, they were checking on me because I was like, you know what? And I told them, I was like, fuck that. Fuck it. Like, I don't know what I deserve to have this. Like, I have a good show, and they're just like, what, just keep doing it. Just don't fall off. Like, they were so good. And I was like, yeah, you're right. And, I snapped out of it, and it's going to happen. You won't, not everybody's going to get approved on their first try.
Yeah.
And I know some that have applied 3 or 4 times, actually. So, I mean, and I don't know where that is right now, but I know it was multiple times.
Yeah.
So you never know. But it shouldn't be just for partner.
Agreed.
And that's where I was just like, okay, well, I need to go back to what I was doing this for. So.
Yeah. What is next for you and your stream? What are some things you're adding? I love your channel posts, by the way. So, like, talk to us about what's new and what's coming soon.
Let's see. So I'm working on a special show, like back in the day, like in the 80s, with like Different Strokes. It's like on a very special episode of Different Strokes, or whatever, Facts of Life. I'm working on a one-off show, and I'm collaborating with another big streamer.
Good.
So that's going to be fun. Look out for that, because that one's going to be really different. I have a lot of like birthday raid trains. So I have a birthday raid train this weekend for Dave Dynamics. And then I'm doing a ladies' night for the Ms. J on Sunday.
Yeah.
But so I'm working on new scene collections and different things for the channel. We have Tita 2.0 that has only showed up once. But she was a hit, so she'll be back.
Good.
Really, really fun stuff. And then I'm also working on a new character.
Oh, I love it. Okay, so when you're ready to reveal that new character, we can't wait to see him or her. Okay, also, so just to kind of close up, when is your next stream? And shout out OG Arabian Prince, good to see you.
Hi, OG Arabian Prince.
And then also, maybe before you talk about your next stream, I just have to say thank you for being on the dating show. How did the dating show compare to what you were thinking about it before to now that you've been through the process? Because we want to encourage more people to apply for the dating show. Talk to us about what you thought it was and how it ended up being.
Just my experience, or are we talking about Neil's? Because I was this close to ripping him a new one about the dating.
Your position. I agree, Kitty. The fella that you selected, that's a good looking brother there. So, pause. But anyways, keep going.
I was very, very hesitant. And I don't know if you guys, if we mentioned this, it might have been in Neil's channel, but Neil actually made me go on the show. So you contacted me at first, and I was like, yeah, okay. And then Neil hit me up, and he's like, look, he hit me up to do this dating show. I'll do it if you do it. And I'm like, what does your appearance have to do with me, Neil? So he was just trying to pull me into the rabbit hole, and I'm like, all right, fine, fine. I love Amani. I'll do it if you do it. But it was fun, you guys. It was so fun. And then we have D James, who was usually I'm the chat jester. He was the chat jester, and I was like, oh my god.
Yes, tremendous job, D James.
Yeah, D James is fun. He's fun in the room. But it was great. It was a good experience, really. But yeah, I think the updates are going to be even more interesting. I'm a little bit upset that we have to push it back another week.
Yeah.
Because, yeah.
It's okay. It'll be good to spread it out because I think you all deserve more. Your recap does not need to be overshadowed by someone else, so I think it'll be well worth the wait. We can be patient.
Yeah, I think so. We'll have more to report, maybe.
Yes.
Maybe not Neil, but
I have faith in Neil. I have faith in Neil. I have faith in him.
yeah, I had to like, kick him a few times online and be like, hey,
Yeah. Yeah. When are you streaming next?
Next stream is 360 Thursdays. So I'm gonna take a few days off because I just went pretty ham this past week streaming, and my mods need a break. I need a break. So 360 Thursdays is the spicy chat. That's probably the one chat or the one stream that a lot of people look forward to. And that is Thursday at 12:30 p.m. PST to 2 o'clock p.m.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Good. I'll let you kind of close off with just giving any last minute words of wisdom or advice. We have a lot of like streamers at different levels here. People who are just beginning, people
Yep.
who are in the thick of it, and people who are like a partner and very experienced, and other people who might be scared to get started.
Yeah.
Some general advice you can share with people as we kind of bring it home.
Yeah. Just do it. Just be like Nike and just do it. But here's the thing. I think that it'd be good for you guys to consider, what for your software. What really helped me was if you're in OBS Studio or if you're using what is it, Slobs, the Streamlabs OBS. Put it on a monitor. Put it on a big monitor in front of you, and then get your all of your panels or decks or docs. Which would be your chat doc, your Twitch activity doc. Those two are really important because the reason why is that you should be interacting with your chat. You may not be the best at it at first, and you may not even have a whole bunch of people that it would be hard to keep up. So it's better to start practicing with the smaller rooms so that you could, as you're DJing and trying to sort what you're doing here on the decks, that you could see what's going on with your chat. But also have mods too. So mods run the world. I'm telling you, like get really good mods so that they can get all of the things that you miss in chat. So I think that that's one of the things, like have that set up. And you may not be perfect at first, but at least you'll have those things there and you'll know where to look. Because you want to thank people for bits and subs, and you want to see what's going on in chat so that you can have a conversation with them or know what's going on. That is really helpful. Because I don't know, I think it might have been Kitty, right?
Yeah, Kitty Bradshaw. Yeah.
She said, like if you walk into a room and you're not acknowledged, or you don't feel acknowledged or comfortable, you may not come back again. That might be your last time, or somebody said, I'm not quite sure, it could have been Kitty, but it's true. Like I am guilty of that too. I'll walk into a room, or not physically, but I'll go into a room and I say what's up to somebody that I'm not personal with, and I'll just be totally ignored, or maybe something like that, and I'm just like, okay, well, this was in a place where I felt like I was a part of, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So and that's why my mods, they're so on it. Like you come in, and I try to do the same too, and acknowledge as much people, but because once you feel like you're a part of something, that's gonna make you want to come back. So the engagement, work on it. I think that's one of the more valuable pieces of advice, because you could mess up here, but if you could talk it out, and you could talk it out with your chat, because those are the people that matter, because that's your audience. You know what I mean?
Agreed. So speaking of that, Patrick's Vinyl, thank you for the 100 bits 2 times. Appreciate that. DJ Big Time, thank you for the bits. All right. Well, I just want to say, first of all, thank you for coming on the show. Thanks for being an amazing contestant on the dating show. And we just love your channel. Love the different characters. I can't wait for character number 3. Just keep innovating. I love it. We love you. and just keep doing what you're doing.
Oh, love you too. Oh my God, I love this room. You guys are amazing. So good here.
Yes, well, thank you. So we're going to say thanks again to 360. Put her emotes and ones and hearts in the chat for her. We appreciate you sharing the story and being
Hi,
authentic.
Great Dane.
Yes.
I
What's up,
see
Great
you.
Dane? Yes, yes. And we look forward to seeing you on Thursday.
Yay! Come by. We'll have fun. It is adults only, though.
That's okay. Be forewarned. Adults only. So Ty asked the question. Ty, you have to tune into the recap to see if she find love, but she picked a nice gentleman. So we're waiting for about another 9 days to see the results, and I think we'll see what happens. How about that?
I'm trying to not even say anything to in chat because I think that
Yes,
I don't want
we want to keep the I don't know what the proper word I'm using for now. We want to keep it for the show. So yeah, suspense. There we go.
I'm still single though.
There you go. So you should not take it just yet. All right. So thanks to 360, we're gonna go on a raid now because you see our first guest, DJ Droopy. He just got to 1,000 followers.
Yay! Congrats, DJ Droopy.
So we're gonna go over to his channel and celebrate. And just remember these final 2 announcements. We're gonna have the new edition tomorrow. I'll show y'all really quickly.
You know that's my favorite R&B group, right?
Well, come through tomorrow. We're gonna do the top. Let me put this thing here. The top.
Oh, you don't need to do the show. I could give you the top already. You don't
the
need
top
it.
16 best new
I
edition
already got
songs.
that list.
We're gonna do that, and then what's your number one? Then tell us what your number one is.
The fast or slow. I'm just.
We battle them against each other. So.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll be there. So I'll be there to heckle.
Yeah, you'll be there to heckle, and you vote on them. We vote on each round. It's a lot of fun too. It's a lot of fun. We do each round. So.
Yeah.
See you there. All right, we'll get ready for the raid. Thank you all, everyone, for tuning in to the show. I appreciate the support. We had a lot of fun. Great guests. Thank you to Kitty. Thank you to Droopy. Thank you to 360. Kitty, thank you for also giving us some great knowledge on sponsorship. We're going to have you back. So that's good. Let's get ready for this raid. Thanks to my mods. That's Songbird, Lisa the X, Holly, London, Michelle, and Lainey Star. So just awesome work here. So let's see here. We're going to go to Droopy.
Yeah, your mods are great.
Thank you.
Really good job.
Love them. Yes. So let's see here. DJ Droop. There he is. Okay, so we're getting ready to raid Droopy. We'll go up in there and get ready to go. So thanks everyone who tuned in. I will see you all tomorrow. 8 p.m. Eastern. And we're good. Thanks for all the bits, all the support. All right, let's see here. We ready? I think we're ready, right? All right, cool. Here we go. We'll go and make sure when you go in there, you're going to show some love and just really take care of Droopy because he's doing some great work. I loved his chat today. So cool.
Guys, let's start a hype train like right away.
Okay, let's go. Here we go. We're going to start hype train. If they haven't had one started already. Okay, here we go.
Yes.
All right, so hold on. Let me in. Hold on. Don't say anything.
Oh, there we go.